What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 102.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod gods, and with me is the best man in all the podcast land, my right-hand man, Mr. B-Head.
Yeah. Fuckers up. You know the rules. I don't know what that. I don't know if you know the rules or not.
Do you know the rules? I don't think people know the rules.
I don't even know. Where that came from, but happy Tuesday, fuckers.
Happy Tuesday.
And or Thursday or Friday, whenever you decide to take a gander and listen to us.
Happy Black History Month.
Oh yeah, BHM.
Black History Month. Making Black History every day. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. And mindset is everything. So far.
Have a good week. Had your week off to a good start on this fine Tuesday.
Yeah, I actually did. I had a really good weekend. Didn't get too busy. Relaxing. I did a couple of things, but nothing like exhaustive.
Can't say the same.
How was your weekend? What you do?
I just stayed up late as fuck Friday and Saturday, and that shit jumped on my fucking ass on Sunday. Like, yeah, shit was trash.
Age catching up with you.
Yeah, man, that shit is garbage. But,
What you do? Tell us about your exciting weekend, man.
What did I do Friday? I went to a high school basketball game. That was really good. Took my son out there. That shit was dope. Shit was packed. Good dunks and shit. And it was just a good game, went into overtime, shit like that. You know, I love basketball, so right up my alley. And then, it was raining like shit, so I ain't do shit. I just stayed up. Like, I started watching Power again, and that shit's trash.
You over that shit?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta watch it. I don't know. It's just such bad acting, such bad writing. Like, it'll be some good shit, and then they'll just, like, do some silly shit that just like, man, this shit's so trash. But, cause like I said, I watch shows that are way better written and acted and all that type of shit. So, did that. What did I do Saturday? Saturday, taught my son how to ride his bike officially, so that was dope.
Oh, your oldest son or your little son? Or your youngest son? Okay. Can your daughter?
No, she's scared. She don't want to do it. Yeah, I'll get it. I'm a worker. It's hard when you got multiple kids. You got to concentrate on one at a time. So yeah, taught her to ride bike or taught him rather. And then
did he fall?
A couple times, but he all right.
He'd
been able to ride it before, but the bike was just a little bit too like big and he couldn't realize how to control it, but he got that bitch this weekend. Shit was dope. Matter of fact, that was Sunday. That was Saturday. What the fuck did I do Saturday? I don't know what I did Saturday.
You said you were
Saturday
up.
night I ended up going. They got a new bowling alley and shit that, it's like a big ass bar type shit. So we went to that. Had a fucking blast. It was like 30 of us and shit. We had a good ass time.
That's what's up.
Shit like that. Yeah, had a good time. And I stayed up to like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah, cause I dropped the kids at my mama's house, so went on date night and shit.
Date night.
Yeah.
Y'all making a baby?
Nah,
I forgot.
Impossible.
You proudly told us like, nah, that ain't happening no more, champ.
Yeah, not on my side. I don't know about her. But,
she on her own and she do that.
I don't know what she got going on.
You sound like my brother. That's how my brother is. He like, I'm done.
He got snipped.
He's talking about it. I don't know if it has happened officially.
I'll give him the game.
I told him, I was like, yo, like my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, my co-host you listen to, he like, yeah, I said, listen. He said he got it. He said it was quick, you know what I'm saying? Talking about you. And he was like, nah, it's enough.
Like a week and a half, 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? That shit change your life for the best.
Yeah.
Especially when you're fertile.
He got 5 kids at this point. Once them twins came, he was like, nah, I'm done. Like,
knees on the bitch and she pregnant.
Damn it, man. Damn it. Did you win in bowling?
Second, no, because we had mad people, so it took for fucking ever. So the first game I lost. And I was disappointed because I was talking big shit. I always talk shit. But the second game I was winning, but they closed on us and shit. But they stayed open till like 2:30, you know what I'm saying? So we was in there till like 2 and shit. We was drunk though. They was ready to get us out of there.
Drinking and bowling is always great, man.
Yeah, but it's like a big ass bar. It's really nice. Like the shit fly. Called Stars and Strikes. So
they got those here.
Yeah, shit fly.
They got a lot of expensive ass bowling alleys here too. 300 closed.
After 11, it's 2:00. I mean, 2:00. It's $2 to bowl and shit. You know what I mean? So
okay.
We just had reservation for 11:15. Got in that bitch and paid like $20 for 3 games. Shit was dope.
Hey, what's the AMF in Raleigh? Where that AMF?
No, shit's closed.
Where was the joint though? What's the street like?
It was 2 on Capitol.
Bruh, we used to stay in that joint. Shout out to the old AMF.
Yeah, they closed that shit down.
Shout out to them, man.
What is that shit now? I think it's like a seafood restaurant or something.
Word?
It's something. I think they flattened it. I can't remember. That's a good question. I was just down there too.
We talking about Skate Ranch. Skate Ranch still there though, right?
Yeah, Skate Ranch. Yeah, that shit never gonna go nowhere.
Star Bar still there?
Yeah, I guess I would. Yeah, it is. I wouldn't know from stepping foot in that motherfucker. I ain't went in that bitch in years. I don't even know the last time I went in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck that place.
What happened to Star Bar? Why is fuck Star Bar?
I don't know. They had roaches at one time.
Oh shit! And don't say that because Star Bar food was clutch. Mm-hmm. That food used to be good as fuck.
There's
I guess
shit
the
crawling
roaches.
at your clutch.
Like them ain't raisins. What the fuck is that?
Goddamn shrimp get up and move on your ass. You be mad.
Shrimp Millie rocking and shit. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Oh man. We had a couple good times at Star Bar. It wasn't something we frequented, but you know, if you go like for dinner and shit, then the shit turned into the club and shit. So you already in the shit. You remember Separate Club? We talking about Raleigh shit. FYI people.
I had some great times in my life in the Supper Club.
Yeah,
that smoke machine be the bad bitches behind that smoke machine. That shit be like hit you with all that smoke, like you in the goddamn, like damn Mission Impossible or some shit. That shit clear up. Bad bitch come through the smoke. You like, hey.
First of all, how many bad bitches was really in Raleigh Durham?
Shit.
In fucking 2000s?
Stop saying Raleigh Durham. It's just Raleigh. Like
I always called it Raleigh Durham.
But it's a Raleigh club. You can't say Raleigh Durham. Like it's a Raleigh club.
It's an area though.
But it's Raleigh. It's a city. Like, it's its own city. Like, Durham is its own city. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So y'all want to say DMV and lock it all together.
I don't really, I used to be up there when it was Virginia.
When everybody was rocking by themselves.
Yeah. I used to be, I got family and shit. I used to be around that motherfucker. Like, nah, it was fucking DC. It was fucking Maryland. It was fucking Virginia. They blended, but they was totally different.
Yeah.
For sure.
I already told you. I mean, I think, you know, people from DC kind of feel how you feel when I say Raleigh, Durham and shit. Cause if you're from DC, you're going to say DC. When people say DMV, they probably not even in the DMV, but whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Nah.
I feel you on that. I wish I could fix it though.
Totally separate. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like they have similarities, but the differences outweigh them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Raleigh and Durham is very different, but when I say Raleigh, Durham, I'm talking about Raleigh, Durham, Cary, Knightdale, like all that shit, the RMV. Y'all as a collective, cause you know what I'm saying?
What's like, the M and the V?
I don't know, but,
gotcha.
But you know, my bad. I always get corrected for that, but I've been saying that for 20 years. I'm probably not going to stop. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I done lived all over that bitch.
Though. Shout out to Durham. I got plenty of niggas from there, but they're a different type of nigga.
Oh yeah. All y'all niggas different. Y'all are different, and you can tell the difference.
Hell yeah. You can tell a nigga from Durham versus
I don't know which one better or worse, but there is definitely a difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Sun don't shine as good in Durham.
Hey, listen, Durham getting hella gentrified.
Nigga, that shit is crazy. You go downtown Durham, listen, that shit looks like the south side of Durham. If you not like, so historically, we're going to get into some history.
Let's get into some Black history.
But you know, like the original Black Wall Street, which was in Oklahoma, but they had a second Black Wall Street, which was, in Durham. And again, like the white people did eminent domain and ran cause Durham used to be the stopping point, the midway stopping point from the deep south, from like Mississippi on upward northward. So they used to have a thriving, which was called Black Wall Street, which is very similar to the one in Oklahoma City, where it's thriving area, you know what I mean, with nothing but, you know, working well-to-do black people, had hotels, we had our bars, restaurants, flower shops, all that shit, gas stations, everything, rental car services, all that shit. But then they ran the highway through there because US 1 used to be like the main, it was like the first highway, I believe, that ran from like the very top to the very bottom. It stops in fucking like 95 and all 85. They all used to link up and pour into US 1 and shit. So that was like the first highway on the East Coast. And, that shit, like one of the midpoints was in Durham, North Carolina, the way it works and shit.
Yeah.
Which is why they have so many drugs and all of the other shit like that. But,
man.
But yeah, man. So they, again, when they stretched the highway too, put up 85 and expand US 1 and shit like that, it went right through the black community. And, they didn't burn and bomb it like they did in Oklahoma, but they did the opposite. They raised all the taxes. They put eminent domain in there. So they had federal grants to come in and seize the area and pay people's pennies on the dollar for the property that they had. One of the oldest, black owned life insurance company, which is something mutual. God damn it. I can't think of it right now. I see the sign, but that was originated in Durham. Like it's one of the oldest black banks and black, life insurance companies and shit. So Durham is steeped in history as far as like black culture goes and shit like that. It's really dope. And now that area, if you've been down there recently, is white as a bitch. Like that shit is whitewashed in the motherfucker.
Yes,
like high
sir.
rises and mad fucking, like it's really nice though. I mean, for what it's worth, you know what I'm saying? Considering to know what it was and what it used to be. Like that shit it's nice as hell, but they got, a bunch of bars and shit downtown and the ballpark and all that other shit. So, but it's still Durham. Like you go a little north.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, like
it's
steps.
It's gonna get right there. Yep.
Now, you know what's crazy?
Shit going on now with what's the name of that fucking terrace shit in there? McDougal Terrace.
Yeah, McDougal Terrace.
And McDougal Terrace conveniently sits on 20 acres of land in downtown or like southern Durham where all this shit is happening. And it just so happens that they're having like a carbon monoxide breakout in the fucking homes. So they've evacuated all these people in the hotels and all that shit. So of course you probably haven't seen it because you don't live here anymore. But, so that was a big stink and a big to do, about it because like, you realize what McDougal Terrace is and it sits on 20 acres of land. Like, and magically carbon monoxide is seeping out of the fucking shit. Yeah. So
that,
a la Flint, Michigan
crazy.
And all the rest of the fucking places where black people predominantly reside. So man, yeah, it's just fucked up.
Shout out to the people in Flint. Speaking of Flint, because I find it just crazy that these people still don't have clean water and it's okay. How is that okay?
Somebody was doing something the other day and I can't remember what it was, but it was dope. I think somebody was putting like a turbine or some shit in there. I want to say it might have been, one of the Smith dudes, but I'm not sure. Let me see.
Jaden Smith?
The Smith dudes.
I'm like the Smith dudes. Is that like Koch brothers?
I'm trying to see if they had something. I don't know. Any news articles that recently came up, but, let's see. Keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh yeah, cause, I'll just talk to myself, cause
I don't know. It was something dope that they were doing, like some initiatives to help,
I know they were getting those like, the portable water shits.
Yeah, I think they got that. I think they already have that. Yeah, it was something else that I just don't, for the life of me, remember what it was. But I remember seeing like a little blurb about it somewhere. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to people in Flint. Shout out to impoverished and disenfranchised people that don't have voices or money to fight the system.
Facts. Or leave. Who
for
don't
sure.
have the money to leave.
To leave. That's a fact.
That's
like to seek refuge. Yeah, I mean, to seek refuge elsewhere, and that shit is fucking crazy.
Listen. I know they want to get you out. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. They want to get you out.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of crazy, just seeing like, especially this week. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, that was Sunday. I went, so Sunday I watched the Super Bowl at my people's house and shit. And I was so damn tired, like, cause I had been up and then like I had smoked some sativa. So that shit boost me right back up. So Monday was a fucking drag. Do you hear me? Yesterday was fucked up.
But I'm watching what's going on at the Super Bowl on social media. I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but I'm seeing, like shit and, I'm seeing all this money and shit, which I will talk about later. But I'm saying like all of this money, especially like in the strip clubs and shit like that. You know, QC had their stripper bowl and shit like that. And I see like Post Malone getting boxes of ones, like $50,000 worth of ones, but it looked like so much fucking money.
50,000 like, ones is a lot.
And I'm just like, yo, like $50,000 could change somebody's whole life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you can give that to somebody in Flint or just anybody anywhere. Just pick a spot and they can redo their whole life. By default,
you are though.
Huh?
By default, you are.
What you mean by sending these girls to college?
I mean, shit, you still give it. It don't matter. Like you can't, like if you give somebody 50,000 to change their life and, you know, they blow it, you know, just the same way. I mean, you can't really, I mean, obviously if you have parameters of how the money's being spent, but I mean, shit, they still changing people's lives. $50,000 is $50,000.
No, I feel you, but you know I'm thinking more like, you know, I don't know. Like I always try to, when I see, an absorbent amounts of money being spent like super frivolously, right? Now it's your money. I'm not telling nobody what to do with their money. They can do whatever, but I'm talking about for me personally, I'm just like, how much money do I have to have for $50,000 for me to literally just throw it?
Yeah.
For that to be okay. Like I'll take the $50,000 and I'll go hand out the shit on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just always wonder about that. Like, how much money would I have to make? Like, it's something so simple. Like, a friend of mine, her father always, you know, doing like dope shit, buying her like Gucci shoes and all this designer shit and all that. And like, he gave her 2 pair of socks that cost $150 a piece. And I was like, $150 is something that we can relate to. Anybody can, I can't say anybody, but
it's more relatable.
Yeah, it's more relatable. $150. Even in my head right now, I'm just like, at what point in time would I feel like $150 socks is okay for me? Like, where's nothing like, yo, just give me 3 pair of socks.
When you get millions and millions of dollars, that's when it is. Like, it's all relative. You know what I mean? So like $150
but I don't think
to a
I
millionaire.
Want to become that. I get it. You don't have no. I understand. I understand just from the money.
But if you got like tens and if you got millions and millions of dollars, even $1 million fucking dollars, like that shit is a lot of money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and granted, I still wouldn't necessarily, like if I had $1 million, I'm probably not going to buy, you know, $150 socks. But if you did, it's just not really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's like,
I'm just more talking about
that's like $15 for them.
For me than financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still seems like throwing it away.
What moral code are you following?
That just seemed like super frivolous. But somebody could say the money, the $150 I spent on a pair of sneakers is frivolous.
That's what I'm saying.
But
it's
I'm talking
relative.
about for me, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying personally. Like for me, like, I can't think
like,
of a sock for $150.
Socks is amazing. Like, it'd be to the point, like, I feel good when I buy Nike socks. I'm to the point where I can consistently buy Nike socks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can buy the pack of Nike socks guilt free, right? Like,
right, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, back in the day, you might get a, you know, the little 3-pack, you know what I mean?
I never care about socks ever. So that's probably
it's a good socks really being a difference. Like, I got on some Nike socks right now and them shits are amazing versus like some bullshit like Gildan's. You know what I mean? Like it really does. I mean, the more, you know, obviously whatever you pay for, the more expensive things are, the better the quality in most cases. But good socks is good socks. You know what I mean? Like I like,
do you think
$150
Gucci socks feel better than your Nike socks?
Yeah, a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think really, or it's just the prestige that you've attached to that item because you paid that much for it?
I don't know. I haven't put on any Gucci socks to say one way or the other, but I know that the difference in Gildan socks versus Nike socks. So I can imagine that there has to be some type of difference. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be some really good fabric in there.
It's called advertising.
It's
called the name that you put on it. Because I feel like if Gildan made the socks for Nike, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you about something real. I would get, So I was at, Dillard's or some department store, Belk or something. I don't remember which one it was. And I was in there, and this was like a few years ago. And, I was looking at this $300, it was a Michael Kors watch, and it was $300, and I liked that watch or whatever. And, the lady said to me, like, $300 for a watch is not that outlandish for me, right? It's like we said, it's all relative, right? Cause people pay fucking thousands of dollars for watches and $100,000 for watches. So for me, that's something that I like. So $300 for this watch. And the woman said, I was like, I don't know if I want to spend that today. Like, I'm going to just wait till the joint go on sale. I get it for like $2. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. And the lady was like, well, what about this watch? And she shows me this Fossil watch, right? And I'm like, very similar watch. And I was like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that Fossil watch. And she was like, you know, Fossil make the Michael Kors watches, right? And I was like, nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just don't want that shit. In the back of your mind, I'm gonna order that bitch online. I'm gonna come back and order that bitch online. Fuck out of here.
So, you know, it's about the intrinsic value that we place on shit, and that society has told us this holds more value than this. Because at the end of the day, it's really only like 4 or 5 car companies. And they make all the fucking cars.
But also at the same time, they make all the cars, yes. But at the same time, they also, like, a Honda and an Acura drive totally different. Granted, and it's all, the Acura is made by Honda, but it drives totally different. Like a brand new Ac and a brand new Honda's gonna drive great.
Do you think a basic Acura would drive better than a souped up Honda?
Yes.
You think so?
Correct.
Okay. And yes, what makes something drive better? What does that, what are the indication of drive better? I mean, just
the ride, the smoothness of the ride, the fucking stability, the fucking, not even the features, but just the shocks. Like, it's a bunch of shit that makes cars ride better.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever driven a Toyota Camry that is nice, and then you've ever driven a fucking Lexus that is nice, you're gonna be able to tell the difference. Like, it's just certain things that just are different. You know what I mean? Like, having a Nissan Altima versus a fucking Infiniti. They drive totally different.
And so here's what it is, right? It could be that, but you know what you like, right? So this is what you're weighing, right? So you're weighing like, that drives better than you, or that does not drive better than you. But to someone else, they may, you know, I don't know, look at the interior or whatever the case may be. So it's like, what is of value to you? Like, I mean, yeah, my Honda got, it has fucking navigation. It got heated seats. It got all this shit. And then I got the basic Acura that got just the foundational shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's the thing. Like, they ain't got basic Acuras. Like the basic Acura that you're talking about.
Basic Acuras. There are bottom line luxury cars. It's the first step luxury cars. Every luxury car has a base model.
Yeah, but they're still like, you're going to have to spend just as much, or if not more, to have a Honda that does basically the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because I've been car shopping. I've been car shopping recently. My goal is to get a new car for my birthday, but we'll see. You know what? I'm gonna just speak it into existence.
I would say get a house. That's just me though.
A house is a house. A car I can afford. A car I can afford. A house I can afford both of them. But one is not going to stop the other. One is not going to stop the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, cause you just made it seem like a stunt thing.
I didn't make anything. I just said one thing. You responded.
It's not a stunt thing.
Niggas is getting money over here.
I'm just saying, like, you know, I've been comparing cars and like shit like that. So it's just, I think it's all relative, like what we talked about. But
I mean, the drive of vehicles, like I've been fortunate enough to have several nice vehicles and several bullshit vehicles in my day.
Stunt time. Here you go.
That's just fortunate. That's just true. But like, yeah, shit. I've had a Camry and I've also had a Lexus, and the same year, the Camry was really nice and my Lexus was, I guess equally as, I don't know, they hold value much longer, like newer, nicer cars hold value much longer than say a Camry. And then like
Camry and Hondas hold the most value.
Yes, but Lexuses and Acuras actually hold their value because again they're Toyotas, but they hold their value better than those Camrys and those Hondas. And like I said, I had a Honda that was newer than my Lexus, and my Lexus still drove better than that Honda. And it just is what it is. So I want performance. I want a good ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
And again,
it goes back to it's relative of what you
value. Get that fucking nice Honda. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with a Honda.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, nothing. Listen, as long as it's yours, you pay for it. Hey, right. It's all good.
A low class ride is better than a high class walk any day. So.
Facts. Pretty much facts. But, I personally think that is very interesting progressions in life and money and things like that. And, I talk about this right now, and then, a year from now, my conversation could be totally different because you ease into these things, right? Like I'm looking at my 2019 spending, and I'm like, God damn it. Like I spent $8,000 on things that were categorized as dining and entertainment. I spent $8,000. I spent $8,000 on that. And the reason that's significant to me is because I remember a day when I made $30,000.
For sure.
I remember that. So spending that much money when I think back on, I'm like, yo, that is crazy. And it's not like I'm feeding a bunch of kids, none of that. I'm just having a good time. And I spent $8,000 on that. So when you average that out per month, that was just a mind blowing stat to me. And it's just when did you become this person? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where you're spending, and back in the day, that would have been a third of your fucking salary.
That's why you should use credit cards. Kids out there use credit cards. Get you a good credit card that has fucking rewards for spending.
Yeah.
And spend all your shit on that. Use all that shit so you can get all your cash bonuses and all that shit and rewards and trips and all that good shit. Pay it off to a zero balance every month. Continue it to go.
Yeah.
Then you'll make your money work for you. So
that is a very good tip.
If you have any type of deals, if you have an LLC, then you can use that for, if you have any type of business or whatever, use your LLC, get an account for your LLC. Anything you spend food on and shit, you know what I mean? That'll be meals and entertainment. So there'll be a deduction for your taxes on the back end. So that's just a little fun tip for you all.
No, I think those are very great tips because in the Black community, we don't know. We're not educated on finances. We're not educated on credit. We're not educated on any of those things, and I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine who is a compensation person, and they all about, dollars and cents and, all of those type things. And I'm just like, yo, we need this. The school system just needs to be overhauled for real. We're learning shit we don't need to know. They're there's an app for that. And if there's not an app for that, is it going to be an emergency situation where you need to know the molecules and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Air or whatever the case may be. No, we need to make sure that these kids today know the shit that they really need to know, because I feel like they need to teach us about credit, taxes, mortgages. You can even bring back shit like home ec and shit like that, because people don't know how to do that shit either.
You need to bring that shit back for sure. That shit needs to be a requirement. Be able to take care of yourself.
Facts. There are people who don't know how to do the basic shit. And then there was a generation, I really want to say kind of, maybe a little bit before our generation, where these kids today, they don't know shit. Mm-hmm. They can use their thumbs. If they thumbs not involved, they don't know what to do with it. Right. I don't understand, what to do. I was just having a debate with my sister about my niece. So why doesn't she have any chores? I don't understand, because we were literally slaves when we were little.
Yeah.
We were the remote.
My kids on that shit today. They was fucking cleaning the bathrooms. And
that's good though, B.
Yeah, fuck that. Niggas be fucking shit up, but I be tired of cleaning up. And they do a piss poor job, so you still gonna have to clean up anyway. But, I mean, they're only 7 and, about to be 4.
But that's good though.
Yeah.
But at least they did it. Like, you need to know what it's like. Cause I used to run that shit with my dad. My dad used to be like, go do whatever. And I'll fake do the shit, half-ass do the shit. Cause I knew he was going to come and just take the fuck over and shit. Like, just give me the shit. And he'll clean the tub or whatever it is that needs to be done. But these kids like literally just get the layup. Yeah, talk on the phone, do whatever with their electronics, and they not even doing well in school. So I'm just like,
nah.
Not
around this parts.
I do not believe that children are the future at this point in time. Whitney Houston would be sad right now. What music you listening to, B?
I heard Wayne shit.
What you think about that?
I cut that shit off.
You didn't like it?
I hated it.
Bruh, this
Not
is
good.
so crazy because Wayne was, listen, let me tell you.
Wayne's my guy, but I can't fuck with it. I don't like the way he be rapping. Like, I hate I don't like that. That shit, it's too much for me to listen to. And then you be doing that, like, whine and shit. I'm over it. I can't do it.
So the thing about me and B is, even when we talking about the same shit, we talking about some different shit. Wayne is B's dude. And,
Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3, 500 Degrees, Block is Hot. Like, I grew up with Wayne, so, like, it's a lot of mad mixtapes, all the fucking Gangsta Grills, all that shit, No Ceilings, all that shit. Like, the good thing about Wayne, he's giving us so much great music that even this bullshit, this new shit, I don't have to fuck with. Like, I don't even have to, you know what I mean? He just looks crazy.
Couple joints on there, B, man. Like, I listened to the whole thing. It was heavy. Shout out to him for the, on track 8, he left the 24 seconds at the end for Kobe, the 24 seconds of silence for Kobe on the end. But, B and I always will have debates. And again, that's one of the reasons why this podcast exists, because we're always on opposite sides about probably 80% of shit. And, I used to argue with B that like Wayne had fell off and Wayne was trash and all of this, and Wayne had his time and he reached his peak. And we used to argue about that, and now it's kind of like a flip because I like Carter 5. I like probably 60% of this album, and be like, nah.
I couldn't even make it through the first 15. I think I cut it off right before James Harden. I was like, I can't do it.
See,
I listen to Yo Gotti shit. Yo Gotti shit jamming.
Wait, before we get into Yo Gotti shit, after you listen to the rest of Wayne, let me know, because I kind of feel like it starts to heat up. You gotta listen to your man. You gotta at least give it one listen.
I can't
you listen to way worse shit than that. You done recommended way worse shit than this.
That's not true. That shit's not good. I'm cool. Like, I don't listen to M. I'm not listening to none of that shit. They be rapping too much. It'd be too many words.
It be too many words. You
get
then,
I'm just over him talking about the same shit. Like, he ain't talking, like, he's not really, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is an argument that you used to make, which is true. Like, he just hasn't evolved.
Oh, now you agree when I'm on the, well, I don't think that it has advanced at all, but
that's what I'm saying.
I do feel like he's made some better music.
Life, like, you know what I'm saying? Rap about, like, and I mean, I'm cool, like, gun bars and shit. I'm down. I grew up on gun bars and shit, but at the same time, like, you gotta give me, like, can't be the same gun bars and eating pussy and shit that it was in
True. Yeah, that used to be my argument, right?
Yeah, I agree. It's just like, and then the way in which it's done is not even it's not even as crafty as he used to. Like, that's my nigga. Like, I can recite probably more Wayne rhymes than anything else in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I feel like Wayne, so you said you kind of stopped like around, Harden and all of that, but I feel like towards the middle of the album, I feel like I got a little bit of Wayne. Like Wayne is basically saying like, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust myself. Like, he seemed like it's kind of like a cry for help. Like, I don't listen to no shit. Like, if you listen to like the words he's, and that may be where I am drawing the conclusion of, okay, I'm understanding a little bit more about Wayne, and he wasn't just talking about the same shit I say we talk about, the same shit you just brought up. And Wayne is basically saying some shit. I'm just like, y'all, like, this nigga might be crying out for help. Like, he telling y'all, like, I don't do shit. I'm just in the crib. I'm just by myself. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Like, and I feel like you should at least give it a go. Like, one time.
That shit was blowing my cool. I was like, nah, I don't feel like, I mean, like I said, he'll say some dope shit, but then like, his flow and his delivery have changed so drastically. Like, if you listen, I mean, and again, if you want my old shit, listen to my old albums.
Beats, yeah, but true.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the production. That was another thing. Like Wayne traditionally has great production. Like his beat choices and beat selections are really dope. I know I was listening to Joe shit and Roy was like, I think Wayne needs to have an executive producer, like somebody to guide him versus him just going in the booth and getting high as hell, which still keep that, but like kind of tailor his sound to make it something. But again, you know, it works for certain people.
So let me ask you this about Wayne. And I listened to actually probably about 20, 30 minutes of Drink Champs. I actually want to finish that because Wayne is, unlike Drake, I think Drake has done a lot of interviews and stuff like that. Wayne is somebody like we don't hear.
Wayne don't, Drake don't do a lot.
Drake's not that interesting to me, like on a day-to-day basis. Like he's not that interesting to me. I like Drake. I'm not saying I don't like Drake. I'm just saying from an interview perspective, I'm not pressed to hear like a Drake interview. And Drake's not going to say anything that kind of gives me, I don't know, anything that's mind blowing about Drake. But like with Wayne, because he doesn't do that many interviews like now and shit, like I'm interested to see what he's going to say because mainly I think of like Wayne as a zombie and shit. Like, what do you have going on? So I listened to some of the Drink Champs. I actually want to finish it.
Yeah, it was good.
I
listen to most of it.
Do you feel like Wayne's music suffers because he's not a part of the world?
I don't know. Probably.
Because you get inspiration from different places and I feel like he's closed off the inspiration. So it's kind of like, it gives him like that stagnant feel a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just a different type of fella, man. You know what I mean? Like, for what it's worth, he was a child star. So,
yeah.
And
you know what I mean? Like, majority of them are weirdos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not all of them, but yeah, majority of them.
Yeah, majority of them niggas is weird. Which, I mean, it's hard to not be weird when you've always been public, like you've always been rich, you've always been famous and, you know, like have always been in the public eye and kind of been able to do what you wanted since you were fucking, you know, knee high to a grasshopper. So, you know, things just, you know, he's evolved and changed, but he hasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, he's just gotten older and.
Yeah, that's it though.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Shit's weird.
It is weird. And what's up with this these clothes he wearing lately? Look like it's from the Dorothy Spornak collection.
Bro be looking crazy, period. Like, he just look crazy, man. Like, he be high as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, I don't know, bro. And them fucking dreads and shit. Like, that shit is horrible. Just cut your hair and start over.
Cut that shit. He just need to cut it.
Like, that's my nigga though, so it is what it is.
Man, shout out to Wayne. I actually, now when I say that I like Funeral, I'll probably give it another run through. But you know, some albums have a replay value. I don't necessarily feel like the replay value is there. I would probably take like 4 or 5 joints and throw it into a playlist and, leave it there. So it's not like the best, but it was some joints on there. I personally feel like you should give it a go and, you know, that's your man. So you at least got to give him a listen, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It just won't speaking to me, man.
So you like Yo Gotti shit better than Wayne shit?
I do. I like Gotti shit. Gotti shit hard. Like, I'm a fan of Gotti though. Not to say that I'm not a fan of Wayne, but like Gotti, while he's still, like, Gotti stays in his lane and Gotti can rap to me, like, in a different way. Like, I love Tennessee rappers and shit. Like, they have their own special, but he's the nicest of all Tennessee rappers, in my opinion. Like, you got your Pat.
Who else is from Tennessee?
3
I know Young Buck.
Pat, Young Buck.
Okay.
Young Buck
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Too.
You might be right about Gotti being the best of the Tennessee
Gotti
rappers.
can rap though. Like,
I love Gotti, but I like
Gotti's
swag better than anything. Like, Gotti is a nigga like I would hang out with. Like, Gotti seemed like he don't be trying to attract no extra attention. He just be trying to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got some principles and some rules about him. Right. And he don't be into that whole shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas hoes out here, like, they just clout chasers and shit. Like, I like Gotti's demeanor. And Gotti always had one for you.
That
Gotti
nice,
got a
though.
bop
And
for
he
you.
got like street records and shit. And I've been, like I said, I've been fucking Gotti since fucking goddamn Cocaine Music 4 and shit. You know what I mean? I've been fucking with bullshit. Before that went, oh my wild bitches wild for me. That shit was on TBT. That was my shit. I fuck with Gotti. But yeah, I like this album. This shit's dope. Like he got a couple, club songs, if you will. Like he gonna
he always got a club joint.
Yeah, but he got a couple stripper joints. You know what I'm saying? Like I see what he was trying to do, but his like the real nigga shit, like him rapping with good production. And
you
whatnot.
like that big homie shit.
Big homie hard. I like the intro. I like the shit with Moneybag. That's hard. I like the shit with
You still don't like that Poe shit with Meg and Uzi?
It's alright. I mean, it's cool.
Go.
I'm not like it's not.
Meg killed that shit too.
They didn't make
but you don't like Meg.
I don't dislike her.
You don't know what to say about Meg. You
she
always
be fine as shit sometimes. Like when she was with Jay and them, she was looking extra good. I was like, damn, look at Meg. She fine as hell. But I heard ad libs and shit and like her. Like it was, I seen some meme. It was like nobody. And then it was Meg. And the motherfucker was just like, you couldn't see their face. It was like they were recording the sky. It was like, huh, hey. It was just walking up the street. It was like, hey, hey, that shit made me laugh so fucking hard. But like, it's just that part. I can't really get with the raps, but she can rap. I just can't get with it.
Hey.
And I don't really like that song.
I
hate fucking Uzi Vert.
Meg killed that Poe shit, bro.
Yeah, she got off. I just don't.
All the shits with features pretty go on Gotti shit. Everything.
I like Gotti shit a lot.
Gotti shit was pretty good.
What he say? He said, Moneybag. He was like, black youngster, Moneybag, CEO Gotti. I need a bow tie. That shit was hard. Like that shit was hard.
I like the battle shit with Black Youngster.
Yeah, that's the shit with Gangsta Boo shit. The old shit.
That shit go.
Yeah, that shit hard as fuck, yo. That shit super hard.
I just feel like we should start a record label. I know we know what to do.
That shit hard. That shit hard. Bro. I would have put Gangsta Boo on it though. Like Black Youngster cool, but Gangsta Boo should have been on that fucking song. Like that shit is fucking crazy. That shit hard as a bitch.
Hey, listen, I feel like Black Youngster is a whole fucking autistic fool. But like when he get on his shit, when he do what he need to do on the album. I can't even front on Black Youngster.
Nah, he talented in his own unique way.
Yeah, in his own unique way.
Baby. I've always liked the shit with Lil Baby. That shit was hard. That was the first single I fucked with that from the rip. I like
that put a date on this shit. When they played that shit, I was like, put a date on it. I was like, that shit from a long time ago. I had to get the Googling. That shit came out a whole year ago.
Yeah, that's my shit though.
And I was like, when they was just like, oh yeah, Gotti put out his album. I think I was listening to Breakfast Club or some shit. And then it's like, oh, Gotti put out an album, Untrapped, blah, blah, blah. And then they put a date on it. And I was like, wait, is this some throwback shit? You know how like Breakfast Club be playing like throwback clips? I was like, wait, is this some throwback shit? But yeah, nah, that joint good. What you think about the, you heard the Nicki snippet on the Yikes?
Nah,
that she posted on her. You didn't listen to that shit?
Nah, I was gonna listen and something distracted me and I just said, fuck it. So,
bruh, you need to listen to that shit. First of all, because I was gonna ask you about the Rosa Parks shit. Did you feel like the shit was disrespectful or not?
I ain't heard it.
First of all, let me say about the Nicki shit. That shit go hard. That shit go hard. That shit go hard, bruh. And it's hip hop. It's rapping Nicki. It's that
I know
Nicki.
I'm gonna like it then. Yeah,
that shit go hard.
Yeah, I already know that.
But she say that she got this line on this shit that say, all you bitches Rosa Parks, get your ass up. And so it was a whole bunch of controversy online about that particular bar. One, because you dropped that shit on Rosa Parks' birthday. Second of all, that shit seemed like hella disrespectful. And three, it is fucking Black History Month. Like, so like, listen to that shit.
Rap, though, like, get your ass up. That's what Rosa Parks, like, I don't know. That shit was fire. You saying it's fire? You didn't listen to the shit though. But that's fire. I know how Nicki raps, so I know it's fire. Like, I know that I'm not speaking to the song. I'm speaking to that specific bar. Like, that's a dope rap. That's a dope line.
Yeah.
Like, she done told bitches that she, like, y'all like, man, motherfuckers too goddamn sensitive, man. It's rap. Like,
I I think it's a couple different elements, right? It's the messenger. Cause like Nicki done said like a bunch of bars that could be taken like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's rap. She say mad wild shit. She nasty though. Like, I don't have no issue with it.
You can't say you don't have no issue with it when you ain't hear the shit in context, nigga. I just want to proclaim.
I know it's just a hot line. Like it's a hot line. Like what else did she say? What was the lead up and what was the bar after it?
It was just like something like get your cash up. Man, you bitches is Rosa Parks. I think it was. I don't necessarily know personally if I have a problem. That's fucking hard.
You bitches is Rosa Parks, get your ass up. Like, nigga, this my shit. Like, this my bus. The fuck you talking about? Like,
that's still dissing Rosa Parks.
No, it's not. Like, it's just a metaphor. It's not dissing Rosa Parks. It's just a metaphor. It's just a metaphor. Y'all niggas crazy.
Look, what if a nigga say, what if a nigga say some shit like,
a black person can say we call each other niggers. If that's the case, like we call each other niggas. That's a derogatory term. You know what I'm saying? If we want to like that shit was just a metaphor.
All right, let me ask you this. What if a nigga said some shit like, I'm the best. Here's your assurance. Go get your ass to work like B and do some insurance. Like, how would you feel about that shit? Would that be a diss?
I would like that bar is horrible, first and foremost.
I'm just saying. It's the same.
That bar's trash. It's not. No, it's not.
It's not a diss?
Nah, it's not. I mean, I
don't know. I don't have a side in this, really. Nah, I really don't.
I don't think that shit was no diss at all. It was just a bar and a metaphor. Like
on Black History Month on Rosa Parks' birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So niggas ain't had no issue with fucking Rosa Parks, the song with Outkast. Like,
but that wasn't a diss.
Yeah. Well, everybody moved to the back of the bus. What the fuck? Like, that was the same shit. Get your ass up and go to the back of the bus. You can't sit here. Same shit. Same exact shit. Nobody had motherfuckers be jabbing.
Maybe
You've
it
been
was the
jabbing that shit for your whole life.
I don't know what went. I don't know. I honestly, this is something where I'm Switzerland on this shit.
It's lit. The bar is lit. Is that what we're talking about? Lit and shit. Is this lit and shit?
No, but you can. It's our show. We can do what we want. It's lit.
Like same exact bar. Like hush that fuss. Everybody move to the back of the bus. The song's called Rosa fucking Parks. She said, "Get your ass up like Rosa Parks." That shit is hard. That shit is just a dope line.
This is what I love about B, because B. This is me and B on a regular basis. B won't know some shit, but he'll argue some shit. Like that's just him though.
But it's a hard line. I know rap. Like if she said get your cash up, Rosa Parks bitches get your ass up. Like that shit is just hard. Like I know what good rap sound like.
Even when you say it as the voice of the oppressor.
Who's the oppressor?
Oppressor said, get your ass up, Rosa Parks, get your black ass in the back of the bus.
Hush that fuss. Everybody move to the back of the bus. Why ain't nobody say nothing about that?
They did. They got sued, my nigga. What are you talking about? Outkast got whole lawsuits and litigation over that.
Nah, shit is not true.
Wait, you saying Outkast didn't have litigation over Rosa Parks?
I don't know, but
yes, they fucking did. You can double check it, but they definitely had litigation.
And that shit is on one of the greatest albums of all time and still rocking to this fucking day. So
listen, I'm Switzerland. I'm not arguing with you or against you. I'm just like, I don't know. The song go hard as fuck though. That's all I got to say. The song go hard as fuck. And if Nicki can get me at least 12 of those on the album and she can do her 2 pop shits, I would be happy. Listen, competition is stiff out here now. You can't be doing all that shit you was doing before. The landscape has changed. It's a bunch of female rappers out here right now getting money. It's not one queen on the throne no more. So if Nicki want to be in this hip hop shit, she gonna have to be in this hip hop shit. She can't be in that. She can do her pop shit and do her Chris Brown shit and, get that pop money.
Chris Brown ain't pop, by the way, but whatever.
Not even about to go back here. But it's rappers out here. It's bitches rapping out here. And the bitches who ain't rapping, they got good rappers fucking writing for them. So she gonna have to, I want Nicki to come with some heat, bro. I'll tell you what,
she looks better than every fucking rapper. That motherfucker is gorgeous. Like she has, I don't know where the rest of these hoes be going to get their work done, but I
think she got her butt reduced.
She going to Wakanda. Her plastic surgery is amazing. Like she looks excellent. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. She is fucking gorgeous. Makeup is A1.
I think Nicki is attractive, but I wouldn't necessarily say if hindsight 2020 go get the same surgeries again.
I don't know. She looked good as fuck to me. Her titties, she got a good titty job. I mean, and they look good in the shirt. I can't tell you what they look like, free balling, but.
Listen, if you pay for some titties and your shit don't look good free balling, then you shouldn't have got no titties, bro.
I agree. But her titties, them should be looking good in them shirts and dresses and all that shit.
Don't go buy expired milk from the store. Like, your shit needs to be A1 if you gonna pay for some shit.
That's true. And I think she got some good ones. She look good.
I think Nikki got her butt reduced. I was like, something looked different about Nikki. And I was like, did she take the K Michelle? Like, she didn't get it all the way reduced, but it looked like she got it reduced where it looked a little bit more believable than it looked before.
Right.
Cardi got a nose job. That's why she was wearing the fucking mask and shit for that while. If y'all look at Cardi nose is very sleek now. Let me know what y'all think. Cardi got her nose done. I think Nicki got her butt done. That's why Nicki was missing for a minute. Beyonce definitely got her butt done. That's the body part report.
Because Beyonce has never had a fat ass at all.
Facts.
Like, she
had a nice ass, but she never had a fat ass.
She used to wear hip shit. Like, I seen some shit. Tiff was watching, my old lady was watching like mad long ago. And it was some documentary and she had like butt pads like on the sides to give her hips and shit, like in her dress. So, but now ain't no butt pads.
Listen, on this show, when we talked about the Tyler Perry shit, I told y'all I talked to my mans that work for Tyler Perry and he gave me the tea. I told y'all on this show. He said, look, Beyonce got her butt done. She was healing. I can tell. This is blah, 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 blah. And then Beyonce comes out with this Ivy Park and all she's showing is her fucking ass. And that shit it's a great ass. Shout out to Beyonce. It's good butt.
Good butt.
Good butt. So it is Black History Month and ladies with good butts. We gonna implement a new segment here with my man B. And it's B's Black Facts.
Black Facts. I got a couple. I sent you one, but that shit was amazing to me. Fucking, what the fuck is it? So, and happy birthday to Rosa Parks. Her birthday
Happy
today,
birthday,
right?
Rosa Parks. Yes. And today is Tuesday and she will be 107 years old.
107 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy. And what's wild is that people actually live to be 107 years old. So,
hey, rest in peace to my grandma. We're celebrating her. She would have been 80 this year. She passed away 5 years ago, right when I was moving to Atlanta. So rest in peace, my grandma. I love you.
Rest in peace, grandma.
Miss you so much.
For sure. But yeah, so, I was looking at some shit, like my cousin sent it to me. Shout out to Keish. So it was about Billie Holiday, who died she died in 1959. She was born April 7, 1915, died July 17, 1959. She was handcuffed to her hospital bed while dying. Harry Anslinger, I guess that's how you say it, was the first FBI director. And if you know anything about the FBI and the history of black people, they fucking hate us for some reason. And I think that was the implementation of that.
America. That's why.
So the FBI director, notorious for his hatred of black people, made it his job to destroy her, because she refused to stop singing the song Strange Fruit. So if you know anything about the song Strange Fruit.
That was a real black
fruit, right? I know.
Yeah, southern way of saying that.
Yeah, my damn bottom lip got wild. But yeah, she was because she refused to stop singing the song Strange Fruit under his direction. The hospital was ordered to stop giving her medical attention, and she died within days.
Can you stop right there for a second?
Sure.
Everybody knows what Strange Fruit is about, right? Y'all know Strange Fruit is about hanging black people.
Right. Strange Fruit from the poplar trees. Yep. So she was the one who sang that originally, which I didn't know. Apparently.
I thought that was like Nina Simone or somebody. Nina Simone, I just got educated.
Nah, Nina Simone came out way after her. Nina Simone was in the 70s. She died in 59. But yeah, so she sang Strange Fruit, which has been popularized by Kanye, for example. I think that was on that,
the most anti-black person.
The Yeezus album. It's been in a bunch of movies. Like, I think it was in, the Quentin Tarantino movie, the Django, and it was on, Birth of a Nation, which was the story of Nat Turner. So, I just thought that was interesting because I had never heard that. So, just another, example of the FBI. Cause if you know anything about J. Edgar Hoover, he had Martin Luther King killed and Malcolm X at the time, supposedly. So, which is probably, a fact. But yeah, so I just found that to be incredibly interesting. Just because I never knew anything about that. I didn't know how she died, but apparently it was at the hands of fucking the FBI because she was singing a song, an activism song about, us and our people.
Okay.
Hanging from the trees. So shout out to Billie Holiday. Was she the one that was in Cadillac Records? You ever see Cadillac Records? What that who Beyonce played?
That wasn't Billie Holiday. That was somebody. Hold on. Beyonce Cadillac Records. That was hold on, I'm gonna give it to y'all in just a second. That wasn't her though. She played
Etta James.
Etta
James, yeah.
Etta
That was
James.
Etta James. She nuts too.
Okay.
Yeah. At last, you never sing again. Well,
I'm sorry, I'm not a crooner like fucking B Hill.
You gotta drink some tea.
B fucking Hill. You need to drink a whole motherfucking singer.
Nigga, that's what you drink a singer. Yeah, so that was a black fact. I had another one but
okay.
We got a bunch, so it's all week. I think we're just gonna start doing this shit randomly, not even do Black History Month.
Yeah, we're going to start doing this. This is going to replace Brown and Proud. We'll try it out. We'll see it. Let us know how y'all like that shit. You ready to get into some little shit though?
Yeah, let's do it. February 1st was, the anniversary of the ANT4 or whatever. The one who did the sit-in and shit and had Scott Hall be shot up and shit and they had like a race riot, I believe. So that was pretty dope. That was on February 1st. That was like the 50th anniversary or 30th anniversary or some shit like that.
Okay. So, okay. Hey, at the Woolworth.
Yes.
The Woolworth Countess. Yep. And if you have not been to the Black History Museum in Greensboro, North Carolina, it is fucking amazing. I feel like everyone should go.
I've never been, and I always mean to go. I might go this weekend.
You should. It's amazing. It really is. It's a great museum.
I'm gonna go down
It's an awesome museum. Take your kids. It's interactive. Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. Black History Museum and the African American Museum in DC. If y'all haven't been, y'all need to go.
I want to go to that too. I haven't gone.
Damn,
yet,
I thought you already been to that joint.
I don't went but
I think they have like it's free or something like during Black History Month. I'm not sure. I think I went last year or the year before.
When I was going, it was like the craze, right? So you had you had to get tickets 6 months in advance and shit. And I ended up having tickets, but one particular time I couldn't go because it was something happened, something came up, so we couldn't make it up to DC. But yeah, I wonder if it's still the same way.
I think it's probably died down a little bit, but it's still a popular museum. It's a Smithsonian.
Yeah, all the if you've never been to DC and if you love history, if you ever get a chance to go to DC and if you love history, museum, they got the best museums I've ever been to in my life. It's the Smithsonian's, bro. them shits are great. You got the fucking, Holocaust. Yeah, you got the Holocaust. Crazy. You got the African American joint. You got the, fucking American natural history. Yeah, American history, natural history. You have the, my favorite growing up was the Air and Space Museum. That was one of the great things about growing up in DC. For sure.
You always, your school field trips and shit was always to the monuments and the museums and shit to the point where you was over that shit. You went so many times. But, when I got older, I stopped hitting this shit. You know what I'm saying? Then I got older. I'm like, damn, I need to go back. Air and Space Museum was my shit, my nigga.
I love
Air and Space Museum was lit.
So I take my kids to museums all the time. Granted, it's only 2 or 3 down this motherfucker, but we still go all the time.
Yeah, when I took my nieces and my brother's girlfriend's son to that joint, it was to the African American joint, it was an eye-opening experience to them because they seeing little kids being fucking treated the same way. They was they did that to little kids? Yeah. That could have been you. While y'all up here crying about bullshit, y'all could have been from the popular trees. Right along with everybody else. They didn't give a fuck about if you were a child, if you was an old person, if you was a whatever. They didn't care. I mean, they barely care now. So they didn't care back then when they had literally a license to do whatever.
For sure.
But Black History Month, we gonna black y'all all month though. Just know that.
Sure.
Just know that. But we gonna get into some little shit. Little shit is our pop culture segment where we get into all the fuck shit on your timeline. B, what you doing? You smoking?
I'm drinking water and I'm stoned.
And I'm stoned. I'm drinking a regular degular smegler, Jack and ginger ale because B gonna say ginger. What is that? Every time I'm drinking Jack and ginger ale, my regular degular smegler. And I'm gonna put my cup up. Y'all put y'all cups up with me, listeners. And we gonna toast to figuring out what these moguls is up to for real. So, first up is rapper Mase is calling out Diddy after his Grammy icon speech. And Diddy's Grammy icon speech, he calls out the Grammys for not respecting hip hop and the need for diversity and hip hop being slighted all the time in the Grammys. And Diddy told the Grammys that they had 365 days to get that shit right. So by the time the Grammys roll back around, we talked about the Grammys last week. Next time the Grammys roll back around, Diddy want to see some improvements. First of all, I just want to say before we get into Mase shit, I think it's extra hard for a nigga to give you an award and you call him a piece of shit. Yeah. As they're giving you the award, cause hashtag black shit. People. Yeah, like that's how we get down. Fuck you. I'm taking this shit, but fuck you. I don't fuck with you. But Mase posted on, last Friday, a tweet from Meek Mill where Meek Mill referenced young black kids and slave contracts in the music business. And then in Mase's post, he said if Diddy wants to see change, he needs to start with himself. A couple of the quotes from the long post was, your past business practices knowingly has continued to purposely starve your artists and has been extremely unfair to the very same artists who help you obtain that icon award on the iconic Bad Boy label. And Mase says, for example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago in which you gave me $20,000. Puffy gave Mase $20,000 for his publishing 24 years ago. First of all, that's crazy that Mase came out 24 years ago. I feel super old at this point in time. According to Mase, he offered to buy his publishing back from Diddy for $2 million. And Diddy's response was, if you can match the European guy's offer, that's the only way I'm going to give it back. Or Mase has to wait until he's 50 years old in order to revert back and get his publishing for when he was 19 years old. He said, you bought it for $20,000. I offered you $2 million. That's not black excellence at all. It's about owning, not about owning us. We can't own each other. No more hiding behind love. And he put that in quotes because y'all know Diddy is changing his name yet again to Love. He said, you changed. Give back to the artists. Give them their money so that they can feed their families. Now, we all know that Diddy has had a reputation in the past for basically shitting on his artists, not paying his artists. I don't think it's an artist on Bad Boy that hasn't had a grievance with Diddy. How do you feel about this whole Mase Diddy thing, B? This is hip hop shit.
I don't give a fuck about Mase. Mase is a fucking shithead. Like the same night that he gave that speech, what the fuck was Mase doing? Performing at Diddy's fucking party. So like, what the fuck?
So do that give you the right to rob me because I'm still able to eat?
Motherfucker, I'm not gonna be performing at your goddamn Grammy party.
Oh, at his Grammy party.
Yeah. Like he was one of it was him, Kim, and Lil Puff performed. Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro.
Lil Puff.
Yeah, like, you fuck out of here, my nigga. Like, you literally Christian. Performed there. Like, you, at his Grammy party, he said that same shit, and you were right there. Like, performing and goddamn doing your little Mase bop with your shiny suit. Like, come on, my nigga. Like,
that's good info. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that trumps everything. Like, I don't give a fuck about whatever the fuck.
So can he still not be mad at it? Cause was it a check? Like maybe he performed for a check? I don't know. This is new information for me.
But I'm not performing. Like, if I feel this heavily where I have to like go to my phone and type for the world to know my business, I'm not going to be there for the world to see me fucking perform and celebrate you. Like, granted, okay, if it's a tour, it's a little different, maybe because it's it's a combination act, but this is a celebration of Puff, right? So,
correct.
One or two things happens. Like, you really do fuck with Puff because Puff made you a superstar and a household name. Yes, you help, obviously do your thing too, but at the same time, like, the Puff magic was on you, right? Like, your first
Puff
album
Magic
went nuts.
Dragon.
Yeah, hell yeah. His fucking Puff magic was on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he turned you into a star. So, wow, I think $20,000 is a fucking, I was thinking maybe that was a typo because $20,000, but at the same time, you gotta think about it like this, like, as a business, right? As a business, you have to do what's best for the business. So you pay in, you're basically breaking an artist, and this is the time where you have to break artists and you have to put droves and droves of money into, artists to make them pop and, to get commercial success and do whatever. So he's putting a lot of money into you. You go, you get hot, you do your thing. Before maybe this occurred, I don't know when the actual shit took place as far as him offering you the 20,000. You won, you accepted it. Granted, you were young, but at the same time, you accepted the $20,000 and, you got hot, right? So then at that point, and I think he had like the ability to renegotiate his contract or some shit for the Double Up album, which was his second his sophomore project, which didn't bang as hard as the first one.
That shit wasn't any good though.
Yeah, so it didn't bang as hard, and then you fucking fell off the face of the earth. So if I restructured your deal for the second album, I gave you mad money on the advance, and you never recouped it, and then you just kept the money, and you just started doing your own thing, and then go to a whole nother label, like out of retirement and shit, to another label doing some other shit, and you expect me. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. From a business standpoint, like I said, Puff spent a lot of money. He made you. And so I don't see, like, in regards to No Way Out and Harlem World, he did a lot of that shit up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was his label. He produced he produced damn near half the album, if not more than that. I mean, he took a risk on you, and then he made you a star. So you are able to go and get you a fucking church and still go across the world and perform and come to my shit and perform. So I don't know. I say all that to say Mase is a fucking nut.
But is the claim in general, I guess, is my concern, because we're not going to sit here and act like Puffy's reputation is not, that's why there is no bad boy artist really right now. Because Puffy swindled all the bad boy artists. Like, there's not a bad boy artist alive outside of probably French Montana that said Puffy didn't fucking rape them.
Yeah, but I mean, he did that to the Locks and shit, and they had a campaign.
He did it to everybody.
But they got their shit squared away. You know what I'm saying? They got their shit squared away. You gotta just, I don't know, squeaky oil get the wheel. Or squeaky wheel get the oil, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Now, that's true. That's true. Cause I think one of the good points you made, or one decent points you made was, Puffy had to put money into you. He had to break you. But he also did the same shit to niggas like established artists, like motherfucking, Can You Stand the Rain? New Edition. Like he did that shit. Well,
they stupid because they knew. Like, motherfucker.
Well, that's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you grown as hell. You been like an established artist. You been like super goddamn, and then been in fucked up contracts. Like, so you should know. True. Like, so I don't, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on your dumb ass. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, fool me again. You can't fool again. You see what, you heard what George Bush Sr. said.
We will never reference George Bush Sr.
I mean, George Bush Jr.
Any other Bushes. Hey,
shout out. You can't fool me again.
Shout out to Trump for making all the Bushes seem okay.
For sure.
It takes an evil motherfucker to make the Bushes seem okay. So I guess based on what, like, I feel you. Like, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying in regards to that. I think that Puffy has, in fact, had a reputation of dicking artists. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really think of an artist, like I said, outside of French Montana, who has not had an issue with, the business dealings, of Puff. And Mase called him out like, you calling yourself love and shit like that. But at this point in time, Mase, shit, you closer to 50 than 19, so you might gotta wait that shit out.
And your dumb ass do
you feel like in 2020, right? In 2020, if an artist after hearing all of this history, your TLCs, your Tony Braxtons, your whole bad boy roster, black artists basically getting fucked by the label. Do you feel like in 2020 artists feel like they don't know the tools? Like you need to have a lawyer that's separate from the label lawyer and shit like that.
You can't,
is it on the artist or is it on the
like you can't have like conflict of interest. Like when you buy or retain an attorney for any type of thing, they have to do what's called a conflict check, right? So they run a conflict to see if there's any conflict, right?
Yeah.
So you can't have an attorney that's working for the label and working for the artist, because who's paying more? The label. So it's going to be a conflict of interest there. You know what I mean? You can't have the same accountants. You can't have the same anything. You know what I mean? Because you need motherfuckers to check motherfuckers who's checking shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, at this point, there's plenty of examples, you know, for people, but at the same time, it's also, for all the examples that there are for people getting dicked, it's way more poor people that don't have anything and are trying to get something and are willing to jump at, who've never seen $25,000, $50,000 at one particular time. So it's hard to tell a motherfucker who sleeping in their car that I'll put you in a hotel and I give you $50,000 and you can perform this album and you gonna get pennies on the dollar, but we'll figure that part out later. Is that cool with you? You goddamn right, because I'm sleeping in my car and I want to sing. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that what artists need to understand now, that if it's one person that's willing to invest in you, it's probably others.
That's true.
Like, don't get yourself in a fucking slave deal, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, this $50,000 is going to be gone. And you're going to still be out here fucking shucking and jiving when I know you want to sing. But at the end of the day, like, they're making fucking $1 million where you just made fucking $1,000 on the same shit. So I feel like for young artists, and not necessarily young as far as age, but newer artists need to make sure, have your attorneys. Have your proper attorneys. Have your own accountants. Have all of that. I'm pretty much echoing some of the shit that you said. Make sure you have that shit. I feel like it's too much knowledge out here. Whereas those artists of the past that I mentioned, the TLCs who all they got was a fucking Amigo or some shit like that, whatever that car was that they had.
Trackers.
A RAV4. Trackers. That's what
they were RAV4s, you're right.
RAV4s, they all in the same genre.
Yeah, they all the same.
All they got was some fucking Trackers or RAV4s or some shit. Tony Braxton and Tony, I don't know about Tony Braxton, because she done filed bankruptcy quite a few times. So
she got a lot of money.
Yeah. So, you know, it's too much information out here. I actually posted something on my Instagram the other day, and it was just like, remember when we thought, people were dumb because they didn't have information? Yeah, that wasn't it. Cause you have all the information at your fingertips. Right. You got it in your pocket. You got it everywhere. But shit, at this point in time, you got it on your refrigerator. You got it on your microwave. You got it everywhere. Like, it's a computer literally everywhere these days. So you need to do your research and not get caught up in that. Is it the responsibility, as Black people, are we held to kind of look out more than other races? Or do you feel like business is business?
I mean, business is business. It's just, there's rules of engagement. So you just got to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you want to protect your people, but at the same time, like, you know, you got to protect your business. So you got to do what's best for business. So it's just, it's kind of hard to, you know, have separation of church and state with morals and business. But, you know, just depending on what type of business you're in. And then if you're in the business of, you know, making stars and doing what you can and getting licensing and, you know, shit like that comes with the music industry, you just got to be, you know, prepared and try to do your due diligence beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got a strong, you know, supporting cast that can assist you along the way. But that with living in life, man, you know, you can tell a motherfucker that the stove ain't hot. Sometimes a motherfucker just got to put their hand on it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of it. Like, the greatest lessons in life are learned, you know what I'm saying, the hard way. You know what I mean? Like, that's with with anybody. Like, your parents told you a million times one particular thing, but it didn't make sense until it made sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's what they meant.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So you just gotta, bump your heads a few times in order to fucking, be wiser of it. So.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, but I feel like you should do what's best for business. But if it were me, like, I wouldn't go in with the goal of fucking somebody over.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, I would not try to do that, but at the same time, like, again, it's hard to say, like, when you 20, granted, it's all relative again, but if you got millions and millions of dollars, but if you invest in somebody, like, I'm gonna give you $20,000 and then I'm gonna invest $500,000 into you on the back end and make sure that you reap the benefits of whatever, then I still got to put a lot of money into you. And for all the success stories, for all the Maces, there's fucking Sherry Dennis's and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn,
like,
it's Sunshine Anderson's.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas, and no shot to them because they got dope shit, but at the same time, like, you dealing with artists is fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only imagine having to deal with people who are creators and trying to, like, make sure that their art is what their art is reflecting of. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's just, people are weird, period, but especially creators and artists and people who, hear music and shit. Like, some people don't have that business savvy. And that's another thing. Like, motherfuckers don't be business savvy. Like, that's why they don't own labels.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they work in the space of art. They're not businessmen. So, again, it goes back to taking advantage of people at the same time. But like I said, for every success story, there's at least 2 or 3 that ain't successful, and you just, took a shot in the dark. So, it is what it is.
No, that's very true. And it seems like, there are artists who get into it because they love to rap, sing, whatever their art is, whatever their creative output is. And then there are individuals who make themselves artists. That's why you get a lot of trash rap and shit like that, because they're in it for the business. Right. Not necessarily because they have a skill set. They've developed or manufactured a skill set, right? They pay for the skill set. And those artists seem like the ones who had a business shit more because they like, look, I'm trying to rap to get out the hood. Or I'm trying to rap to get this bread. Not I'm trying to rap because I just like the rapidy rap.
Yeah. That's the reality of it. Like, and that's when you get your Jay-Z's, everybody's not Hove. Like, even M, like, for the great rapper that M is, like, he's got Paul Rosenberg, which is his manager, like, for the entire time. So he's made sure that his shit is in line. So, like, again, these niggas is artists. They're not everybody's, multi-talented and multifaceted where they're able to run, empires themselves.
Facts.
You have for every Jay-Z, there's, a nigga that's Memphis Bleak. Not shit on Bleak, but not even Bleak, because Bleak doing his thing. Because he doing his thing with the Deuce. So, like, even like certain niggas is
it's fundamentally, a Ray Cash.
Fundamentally,
you remember Ray
it's just
Cash?
Hustlers. Yeah, right. Shout out to Ray Cash. He was dope. He had a dope album. But fundamentally, you just have people that like have business savvy and just hustlers by spirit. You know what I'm saying? In nature, and can make shit shake. That's just natural. So that shit doesn't always translate. Excuse me.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're 100% right. Mase coming after Puffy, litter shit.
That shit. Niggas performing the same night that all this took place. Shut your ass up.
I'm conflicted now with that little bit of information.
Yeah, that nigga's
but
like,
I'm still gonna give it shit only because that's what Puffy is known for. Like, if it ain't a Mase, it's still a Total, it's still a 112, it's still all these other artists that basically said Puffy shit on them. There's a Lox, there's a bunch of different artists. So I'm just gonna give it a shit.
Everybody knows them. Like, not everybody.
Listen, knowing me don't pay my bills, my nigga.
Shit, you can always goddamn perform the hits that nigga gave you, regardless.
Listen, it's a difference between I'm able to go out here and do a motherfucking commercial because my name is so known and I'm such a big artist and I can just do a commercial and I get a fucking royalty every time that shit air versus niggas, some of these niggas gotta work like we work. They gotta fucking tour. Like, they gotta perform every other night in order to make their money.
I get it. But
so it ain't really like that star life.
I mean, it is though, because motherfuckers still gonna come up and show. Like music and sports are the two things that bring people together. Music, I think, is more has a far outreach, so you can go across the fucking world. You can travel the world on the strength of your fucking voice and being able to perform, and you will always be able to do that. Like motherfuckers, the OJs and fucking niggas is still performing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and that is on the strength of the fact, and that's on the backs of those who, you know, marketed you and promoted you. And granted, yes, you have to have talent, no doubt. But at the same time, like it's a talent in getting you out there to the masses and making the correct record. And you know what I mean? So it's just a science to it all. And so,
get a lawyer.
I mean, yeah, get a lawyer. That's
the thing. Get you an attorney that's outside, attorney and an accountant that's separate from the label.
Yep.
Period. And then we won't have to have these conversations. Period. It shouldn't be nobody getting slave deals in 2020. Like it really shouldn't. Moving along to our next mogul. Did you happen to take a gander at the New York Times article with Jay-Z?
Nah, I ain't even see it.
Damn. All right. Well, I'll give you a high level of what that was about. Really, the article, I didn't feel like it gave like a lot of information. It was basically a promo for Rock Nation. So Jay-Z did a article with the New York Times prior to kind of offset more backlash that he was going to get during the Super Bowl. And the article has some interesting information in it, and I've drilled this down and kind of hit the highlights that were of interest. So Jay-Z responds to the NFL asking him to perform in the past and him saying no. He said the NFL asked him to perform, but the NFL asked him to bring Rihanna and Jay-Z to perform Run This Town. He told them no because they were not going to tell him who to bring. He was saying that his performance was not contingent on him bringing others. So that's where Jay-Z kind of get this whole vibe and he mentions it on the Carters. I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me. I don't need you. Every night we in the end zone. Tell the NFL we in stadiums too. So that's where kind of that line came from. So after all of that and Jay telling, you know, people not to perform at the Super Bowl, he told Travis Scott not to perform. He told a lot of people not to perform. And it was this whole thing where everyone thought that like it was about Cap. After the Atlanta Super Bowl last year where Maroon 5 performed, Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, reached out to Jay-Z because he like, yo, like, we need help. You in fucking Atlanta and you bring out fucking Maroon 5 in Atlanta. We need help with the music. Robert Kraft had to convince the NFL commissioner, Robert Goodell, to even meet with Jay after their meeting. After this whole meeting, that's where the Inspired Change initiative came from that you guys know as of now. Jay-Z is a part of with the NFL and that partnership with the NFL. Now, because of this Inspired Change partnership, the NFL proposed to give $100 million over 10 years to social justice causes. That's basically $10 million a year. After all of that, Jay received a bunch of backlash, and he said, I think that we forget the whole thing with Colin was brought to our attention to bring awareness to social justice. And he says, as long as real people are being hurt and marginalized and losing family members, then I can take a couple rounds of negative press. Jay-Z said he is hoping that white football fans will develop a concern over police brutality. Also at the Super Bowl, after all of this, after you see Jay-Z on the field throwing the ball, you see Blue Ivy out there, you see Meek, you see all the black excellence out there. The Carter family did not stand for the anthem. Another interesting point to that was, Miko Hill. How would you describe Miko Hill? Whoa. Podcaster, wife of a football player. How would you describe Miko Hill?
Who's Miko Hill?
I'm sorry, Miko Grimes. I said Miko Hill.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking about Jamel Hill and Miko Grimes. My bad. Miko Grimes.
She's a podcast. She got a podcast. She's the wife of, Brent Grimes, who was a NFL player for several years at a high level. But she's just really outspoken and she always be talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And calling shit out. So, that's her.
So Miko Grimes.
Got some nice tits.
Bro, you are the worst.
She'll tell you that.
You're here because you're the worst. And you can say anything to B, and he'll be like, "She fine though," and I'll just be like, "Moving along." Like that's not even a point and shit. But his man testosterone shit kick in. But Miko Grimes posted in her story. She said, "Oh, I thought we were past kneeling." When the Carter family didn't stand for the national anthem. And Cap and his girlfriend Nessa reposted the shit and it had like the thinking emoji face and shit like that. Let's keep it funky, B. It's 6 months later after the Jay-Z NFL partnership. We're both super duper Hov fans. I'm a Hov fan like you probably were a Wayne fan. Like I fucking love Hov. 6 months later, how are we feeling about this NFL partnership?
I'm fine with it. Like, he got niggas to pledge $100 million. Like, what has any other person done? I'm fine with it. I don't take any qualms with it. I don't see, so he's not allowed to sit down so he should be standing. He didn't say that past protest was wrong, by the way. He just said we're past protest, meaning we need to do more, right? Or past kneeling rather. So it's not to say like, hey, don't kneel. He's just saying, we've knelt. So what's the next step? So, if he wants to sit down in the midst of...
the answer is, okay, now that we passed that, like, let's do business with the enemy. Listen, we're talking about Jay-Z, who's a fucking billionaire. We're talking about Jay-Z, who has a bunch of billionaire friends. $100 million over 10 years? Is a business deal. That's not something that's going to impact the community. Jay-Z can literally do that by himself and get that on the tax write-off.
But
if he didn't want to do that,
somebody else's money though. Like, do you know how much $10 million is?
$10 million is the same thing $150 is to us.
No.
If you're a billionaire.
To people who don't have $10 million, you can affect a lot of people with $10 million, my nigga.
But listen.
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years, though. That's
$10 million a year?
You don't have enough friends that y'all could do that on your own. I think of this as it goes back to the Kanye infrastructure type thing, right? Where Kanye's like, y'all won't let me in. Y'all won't let me play with y'all. Like, Kanye, you got enough money and you got enough influence to do that shit on your own.
So why do I gotta use my money, though? Like, that's just like I can right now go buy a $100,000 house, but why not use the bank's money to go buy a $100,000 house?
So you would go hang out. Let's just say you're a billionaire. You would go hang out with Donald Trump because you want $10 million from Donald Trump and you got $1 billion?
That's totally different.
How is that different? How do you go rock with the enemy or some short shit? Where you can literally niggas spend a fucking $1 million on cars in their circle. I'm not talking about go get a fresh or a B.
Listen, man. Listen. Motherfuckers are still playing football to this day, right? There was a bunch of black players playing football. So the thing about it, like, unless...
Who get more, Jay-Z or the NFL? The NFL gets more off of using Jay-Z than Jay-Z is getting his $10 million from the NFL. I feel like, here's the thing. Here's my thing. I feel like at this point in time, I feel like it's some shit where it was just like, look, we gonna do business, but in order for us to do business, this is a clause that we're signing in. We need to do this as well. $10 million is some short shit to a nigga like Jay-Z, bro. I understand we can't wrap our heads around $10 million. Niggas write off $10 million. Jay-Z go and buy fucking $2.5 million paintings, like off nothing.
Yeah, but it's still not his money though. So if you use somebody else's money, like I don't know. $10 million is a lot, and that can make a lot of change.
It's okay to sign a deal with the KKK as long as we using their money. Jay-Z said he hoped that it would change how white football fans feel about brutality. Let's keep it funky. Do you feel like this is going to influence white people to care about police brutality?
Probably not, but I mean, it's worth a shot in the head in the dark, like to use somebody else's money and have campaigns and ads and do whatever else you can to try to, facilitate.
Even in the ads, it says nothing about police brutality. It don't say what it is. It's some watered down shit.
I mean, I get it. I see what you're saying, but I mean, I can't really get mad at it.
I think here's what it is. It's looking funny in the light. And I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z is literally my favorite celebrity. Like, literally my favorite celebrity. But at the end of the day, we can't just I want you to read the article. I want you to read the article for yourself. Okay. And that shit don't help shit. That shit is just a promo. And I feel like players fuck up. That's what I feel like. I feel like Jay-Z ain't perfect. Ain't none of us perfect. But I feel like it's kind of some shit where he not saying like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this shit kind of panned out the way that we thought it was going to pan out. Because getting in bed with the enemy ain't the solution. Because what we want is financial freedom. We want shit to be able to do it ourselves. You just gave a whole speech about Black Wall Street and how we was doing shit for ourselves. And Jay-Z is literally a Black Wall Street by him fucking self.
I get it.
Like, he don't need the NFL. And he know for a fact Jay-Z is old enough and wise enough to know you ain't about to change somebody's mind about police brutality. You know that. So like, let's just keep it funky. We can't keep giving Hove a pass because he Hove and we love fucking Hove and that he can spit a fucking rhyme better than anybody else. Like, we can't keep giving him a pass for that.
I mean, I see your points, but I ain't mad at it. That's all I can kind of say. Like, I ain't mad at it.
Is it that you're not mad at it or you really like, you don't care?
Football. Nobody, if we're going to boycott, we need to boycott completely. Like, until the fucking, till 11 players that on that fucking field or the 22 players on that field stop playing football and make a change, then that's when the shit, but until then, you can't have like partial. You gotta, the shit is like segmented. Like that's where the brunt of it is. Like, if the change we want to see occurs, like,
but Hov is that guy that can influence that change. That's my thing. Like, Hov, he has the political clout, he has the cultural clout, he has all of that to influence change. Like, if you looked at like the Atlanta shit and you look at the fucking Miami shit, like, you wouldn't even know, like, anything ever went on. Niggas was lit at the Miami shit. Like, it was more niggas there than anybody else.
Yeah.
Turning up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this shit like, oh, y'all need to boycott the NFL like me. Like, I don't fuck with the NFL. I'm cool on the NFL. I don't need the NFL in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to watch a game. Like, again, like, I ain't facing no water hoses, no dogs, no shit like that. Our ancestors went through all that to make sure that we can fucking throw fucking ones and fucking NFL weekend and fucking Super Bowl weekend. But I just feel like it's kind of a sticky situation that Jay has gotten himself into, and he ain't really been able to. We kind of rested on the fact that Jay is a silent guy. He move in silence and he has bigger plans for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. We gave him that. We said, all right, we're going to sit back. We're going to see what's going on. This Colin was your man's. And I'm not saying it's about Colin, just Colin. It's about what it meant. For me, why I stopped boycotting the NFL as a whole, I started boycotting the NFL as a whole, they don't need me. Listen, they get it from their fucking advertisements and shit like that. One fucking commercial for the NFL cost $10 million. The NFL made a shitload of money. The Super Bowl made a shitload of money. That's pennies. That's pennies. You don't see Roger Goodell out here like, yeah, we letting motherfuckers kneel for what they believe in. We don't see Roger Goodell out here saying, hey, we care about police brutality. All this shit is marketing. That's it.
Yep. And
I feel like that was a clause. And listen, NFL took the fucking Super Bowl, took some L's last year. Who is the biggest motherfucker? And I think what kind of turned me off as well about this article was that when Jay did the We Don't Need the Super Bowl, I said no to the Super Bowl. It sounded on some political shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we come to find out that it was on some ego shit. Like, nigga, only reason you want me is so you can get Kanye and Rihanna? How you feel about that shit?
Man, we all human. You know what I mean? Like, and shit, his ego was bruised. Shit happens. Like, niggas is still human. That just lets you know niggas is just warm-blooded creatures just like you and I.
Right. Right. I think, I think what this has kind of, the human thing, just like you said, I think for me, it's just like, damn, Jay, like, this just business. Like, you became a billionaire and now you trying to be Jeff Bezos.
Because bro, I'm not about
it's a million ways Jay could have did that, bro. Like,
but
I'm
Jay
not
done
saying
did
I don't fuck with Jay no more.
Like, Jay done did mad shit. Like, mad shit. Like,
Saints and sinners is the same, my nigga.
I mean,
like, it's niggas that do good shit all day.
Yeah.
I'm sure R. Kelly has donated. I'm sure R. Kelly has did shit for his community. But at the end of it, I'm just saying, like, I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna say, we hold these people and think that they have certain morals and shit like this. And at the end of the day, it's money, it's business, it's material things that drive individuals. You don't agree?
I mean, of course. it's a capitalistic society. So
yeah,
that's what this country is built on. So absolutely.
Does I said no to the Super Bowl, you need me, I don't need you. Does that change from a rap perspective for you?
Change what? Like the meaning?
Yeah. Like what you thought about the shit.
I mean, yeah. I guess. Yeah, absolutely. But it's still a hard line. So it is what it is. Nigga, ego took a shot. That's just all it is. It boils down to.
Yeah, I just feel like you're a rich man. You got rich friends, like literally have billionaire friends. Like y'all could have pitched in to get fucking $100 million over 10 years. Is the sitting down doing the anthem a mixed message, or you just like, nah, it's not? Because basically you being insubordinate to your employer.
That's not his employer, for one.
That's his employer. That's 100% one of his employers.
That's not his employer. Like,
okay, give it to me. Tell me your thoughts on it.
It's a partnership. It's not an employer. Like, an employer means you got to come to work and do exactly what the fuck I say. That's definitely not what that is. Jay.
Yeah, your job is to come, get us music, get our numbers back up, make everybody love us again. You gonna get a fee, and also we gonna donate to this little cause called Stop Fucking Up Black People on the side. What you think about that?
That's basically what it was. He's not no fucking employer. That's just a partnership that he, got his company to partner with. But to each his own. You can say what you want. I don't agree with that. But yeah, and his employer, like, he don't have to stand up for the anthem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it was mad people that won't stand up for the anthem. But of course, it's a fucking big news when he don't. Like, the whole fucking section everybody was sitting the fuck down.
But the thing about that section is I don't have a partnership with the other people don't have a partnership with the NFL. That's the difference.
I think maybe they just don't agree with the song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they just don't want to stand.
The song been trash. The song been trash.
So,
the song racist as fuck.
It's not mixed messages. He still doesn't subscribe to the fucking, to the song or to whatever, or he didn't kneel, but he sat. I sit down too, shit. Like, whenever I go and they play the anthem, I don't stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever. So,
you've never stood up? In the entire history?
Not since I knew what the fuck that shit was about. Nah.
And what was that?
I'm not mad. When the shit came out, like when the whole shit came out, when they started doing the protests, when the fucking shit, when everybody else found out there was the third verse was about that. I haven't stood up since.
I don't know. To me, it's either you with it or you not. Like, either you with the cause or you not. You can't be in the middle of the road. Like, I'm okay with it sometimes, but I'm not okay with it this time. I'm okay with it if this person do it, but I'm not okay if that person do it. Like, that's real wishy-washy to me. And it feels like your loyalty can be bought. Not you. I'm just saying people in general. Like,
of course,
either you with it or you're not. I'm not saying that people gotta be against it.
So, of course, loyalty can be bought. That's what a security guard is.
Well, I guess my loyalty can't be bought. my loyalty can't be bought when it comes to the degradation of our people and what people have outright said. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, fucking all of America is fucking racist as fuck. But when you come out and basically say, fuck you, like, I can't act like I don't know what I know. Like, that, I think that's my thing. Like, I can't act like I don't know because of this and because of that. Like, I still fuck with Jay. I still, you know, listen to Jay music. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of making me like, damn, money changing motherfucker for real. Like, for real. Like, and Jay a leader. Like, it's motherfuckers in hip hop that will follow Jay off a motherfucking cliff. You know what I'm saying? It's fans that will follow Jay off a cliff. So I'm just like, listen, you got enough money. At the end of the day, like, you got $1 billion. Your kids can spend that. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to change white people's mind. If you're racist, you're racist. Ain't nothing you about to say. You can't come in and be no, you know what I'm saying, shucking and jiving ass, black person and say, oh, you know, that's a good one. I like black people now because of what this particular nigga said. Like, that's not how that shit work. Jay, partnership with the NFL as of right now and sitting down for the anthem is lit or shit.
It's lit for me.
Yeah, that shit. I'm not with it. I don't like it. It's giving me a bad fucking taste in my mouth. I don't like it, Jay, and it hurts me because it definitely just seemed like on some business shit, because we make money so we can create our own. We go and get this money so we can do it for ourselves, so we don't have to worry about the white man or depend on the white man to make us great. So, like, that shit, when you got $1 billion, like, that shit to me. If you had fucking $1 million, I'd be like, all right, he kind of doing this for the bread. Your loyalty can't be bought. So I'm going with that. I had some more NFL shit, but we're running kind of past it. So I'm going to get into, you ready to give out some advice?
Let's do it.
We going into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice to listeners of the show who clearly don't care about taking advice from the Jack and Coke drinkers and the Stone motherfuckers. Today's letter is from Chanel, the frustrated one. And her letter says, hi, being fresh.
What up?
My name is Chanel and I need y'all 2 cents. I recently connected with my first love and the guy I lost my virginity to. And we
somebody play Avant one time.
What's the Avant song?
My first love,
first
nigga.
time. My first, listen, I was on the virginity part. I was like, Avant got a virginity song? Kiki Wyatt, she just had her 10th child. Shout out to Kiki Wyatt
For
and
sure.
her fertile murder uterus. They connected by way. Somebody need a vasectomy.
She need one.
She need a vasectomy. Hey, Kiki Wyatt need her balls clipped.
For sure. She got balls inside. She ain't got she got nuts inside. The way she produced.
I think she getting pregnant by herself too. I don't even think she having sex to get pregnant, bro.
Motherfucker like a praying mantis.
Wait. Educate
They're not
us on the
asexual. No, they fuck. I just didn't think anything that was asexual. So,
but listen, I was going with it though. I was like, cause you
like
always
a centipede. Centipede's asexual. They can fuck themselves. I don't know.
I think Michael Jackson was asexual.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he ain't like nobody, but you know, he's been accused of some things and he also has kids. Anyway. They reconnected via Facebook. She said, we were together my senior high school year off and on during college when I came home to visit. We actually had a really good relationship, but could not sustain it because we were young and I moved to Atlanta for college. Our lives took their own paths and we lost touch. He hit me on Facebook and we started to rekindle the fire. He has a 6-figure job. He fine, divorced with no kids. I have a good job, single with no kids. As most women in the Atlanta area know, the dating scene for black women is bleak in the A. Men are either gay or they feel like they are God's gift to a bitch. And I don't have time for either. So I was excited to reconnect. We went from Facebook to phone to texting to video sex rather quickly. Right. Although it's been
A squared,
15,
B squared.
although it's been 15 years since we were last together, it felt like old times. And back in the day, this man used to blow my back out. So I was beyond overjoyed when he asked to come visit.
What is FaceTime sex though? Like, what does that consist of nowadays? Like, do you like pull your dick out and like start beating off and like, okay.
Everything. Everything you was gonna text is just real life. Like, but you actually have to do it. You can't be just sitting there in your fucking old ass pajamas
like,
talking about I'm rubbing my titties. You gotta actually be rubbing some titties.
Yeah.
Listen, FaceTime sex is sex of the future. Or
have you ever indulged in FaceTime sex?
Oh yeah, I've done all that. I've done all that.
You like put your titty to the phone? Like how far? Like what's the range? Like do you put your dick like right on the like slap it on there, or like is it like you put your titty on like a mammogram? Like what is dicks?
That? And I will say, as far as titty ranges, which you're crying about, it's just whatever the person asking for, whatever you
like
fuck with that person. That shit,
like get a mammogram. Smash
Not
your titty.
get a mammogram.
Like,
let me ask you this:
press it
when
down.
you had you were around the time where you had text sex, y'all ain't been married that long where y'all don't know about sexting. What would you say on a sexting? Give me a brief sentence or two.
I don't know. I ain't really sex though. Like I used to, like back in the day, like when I was, young and shit, like 17, 18, I used to have like phone sex and shit, and it was.
You only been married like 7 years though.
Yeah, we ain't really do sexting. I mean, if we did, it won't nothing like crazy. We too silly to do like sexting type shit. Like,
okay, what about with other women prior to your rekindle with?
I mean, I don't know if it was. I don't know. I guess I just was asked for like naked pictures and shit. That was my shit. Like,
so you never had no like this what we doing right now.
Shit for you can see like bitches' asses and shit, you know what I'm saying, so readily. So like getting like a ass or a titty photo or some shit was like, that shit was, like the Willy Wonka golden ticket, you know what I'm saying? And you show your homeboys and shit. So,
I find our conversation just really interesting because you're actually younger than me, but you're married and you've been married for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? So from a technology standpoint, when we talk about different things, you like, shit, I don't even know. Like, I ain't never did that shit. But yeah, I mean, think about Pornhub with somebody you actually know. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
No, Pornhub is solo though, so it's different. But I got you.
But solo. So if you want to see somebody fucking masturbate or, jerk off or do whatever, talk to you, that's just what it is. That's
I
would
hate to have to jerk off in my phone. That would be so stupid. Cause then I'm like when I nut and shit, I'll be like, I feel looking stupid. And like the phone fall or some shit like that.
Okay. Let me take it even further far back. Phone sex. You definitely did phone sex.
Yeah, I said that. I said that already. Yeah, I said that.
So when you talk about phone sex, were you actually ever doing what you were saying on phone sex?
Hell no.
Like, were you beating your dick? You was never doing that?
I don't do that shit. I don't think so.
Oh, you was whack as fuck.
I don't think so. If I was, I had to be watching like a porn or some shit. Cause I got a good imagination. I'm an only child, but like, I don't know. It was weird. Like, the girl used to. Like, I used to just get off on like talking to her type shit, not like nutting and shit. I don't know. It was weird. But I always thought that shit was kind of lame. Just for me personally. Like,
I feel you.
Like, imagine beating off or some shit and the phone fall, like you in mid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you about to nut and shit, or you know what I'm saying? Or you getting close or whatever. I don't know.
It's called speakerphone, my nigga.
Yeah, but if you FaceTime, right. And then like you got the shit propped up.
You have things where you prop the phone
up.
But
if you prop up and then like the pillow, like go saggy or some shit, and then like the shit, you got to like readjust your phone. That's stupid. That's so stupid. You got to shift it, motherfucker. That's dumb. You got your dick in your hand. That's fucking. You might nut on your phone and shit. That's too much.
The married guy's guide to FaceTime sex.
I'm just saying.
Back to Chanel. Where was I? Okay. She said, although it's been 15 years since we last been together, it feels like old times. And back in the day, this man used to blow my back out. So I was overjoyed when he asked to come visit. In an effort to prepare, I thoroughly waxed. Skin was extra soft, face beat, outfit flawless, and I was smelling edible. We were in my house less than 15 minutes before we started going at each other like animals. I was eager to get down to it, so I cut the foreplay short, and that's where I fucked up. She said the 10 minutes of foreplay was longer than the 3 minutes of sex. As I laid there thoroughly disgusted, he gave me the age-old line. B, what's the age-old line when a nigga bust quick?
That shit was good. That shit wet as fuck.
She said, damn, baby, you were so wet, you made me nut fast.
Shit wet.
Hey, I feel like the caveman used that line. Like, that's the number one line.
That shit be real sometimes. Like, shit, that motherfucker was wet. But then, like, what it is, niggas just be nervous. Like, that's all it was. Like, I used to hit you and smoke you and all that other shit. But, like, this some whole new pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, what Yeezy taught me. Who reposted this pussy? Like, this pussy is amazing. Like, they got in that pussy like, oh, somebody done reposted this pussy. Yeezy taught me. So that, shit happens. Give a nigga another shot, man.
No, listen. So she said we tried three more times that weekend. She said we tried 3 more times that weekend. By Saturday, I was ready for him to catch an early flight back to Sacramento. Worst sex ever. Does getting married make your sex whack? I'm trying to understand what changed. How do I tell him I'm no longer interested? Because I'm low-key close to him at the moment. You ain't got
to even tell him nothing. That nigga, you good. That nigga is, outside, like, just don't accept the FaceTime calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can block the fuck out that man. Like, he in Sacramento. Like, nigga, like, I could see if he was in Atlanta and he could pop up. That nigga can't pop up. He around the world.
Pop up and get shot.
Yeah, like, nah. Pop
up. She says, does getting married make your sex whack? Do you feel like your sex game is better or worse since you're married?
It's on par. I don't have any complaints.
The same?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. If I rate myself, if I created a player in NBA fucking or fucking sex 2K, I'd have me. I'd create my player. I'd put myself at like a 92. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I can get better,
that's
but I'm not far off.
Do you feel, okay, so cause I have a couple thoughts on this. I think that, I don't know, does getting married make your sex whack? However, a lot of married people that I know talk about they don't have sex as much. They don't have sex as, you gotta find ways to keep that shit spicy. But I think the other thing here that stuck out to me, B, was that you said this nigga took your virginity. You didn't know shit. You made a thought he was blowing your back out.
That's true.
And it was just you didn't have shit to compare it to. Now you said it's
somebody reposted that pussy.
She says 15 years later. Yeah. You talking about the sex of a fucking 18 to 22-year-old versus the sex of a 30-plus-year-old.
That libido done dropped.
Yeah. And, women get better, men don't. That's just a scientific fact. Like, women reach their peaks in their 30s and 40s, where men kind of, they probably exhausted.
I wonder if she hit them bare. Like, was y'all bare or was y'all goddamn, did you have
I hope you were not.
Hope you're not
I hope you were not when you lost your virginity.
I definitely, my first time I had raw sex. I didn't know. Did you?
I didn't. No, definitely, there was a condom used. Yeah. Listen, B, I don't know if I feel like I've told this story a million times. I'm a diseasephobe. And when I was in fifth grade, I was a whole child. They came in and showed us videos people's genitals.
Yeah, we had sex ed in fifth grade.
People's genitals. Think about Googling that you have a cold on Google and they show you somebody with warts all over their face because the cold got extreme. So that's how it was. Like, I saw people's genitals that were fucked up. So even to this 2020 day, like, I'm a diseasephobe. Like, that shit fucked me up.
I just, my first time, and
I'm not saying I've never had raw sex. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm saying that, my first time was definitely, like, with condoms and shit like that.
My shit was not. And I nutted in 3 seconds.
Thank God for you being, hopefully, disease-free.
For sure.
at this day. Cause listen, I tell people all the time, a baby is the least of your problems you can get from some raw sex. You got some shit you gotta live with and tell a story about every time you trying to have sex with somebody.
True.
For sure. But, I think that, it's age, one, Chanel, like, niggas just getting older. I can't really comment on the sex from, married sex from experience. I can only go by what married people have told me, etc. And, maybe he got a little bit lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you just got some fire. You might got a little pocket rocket.
He was younger and he could handle it then, but he just can't handle it now because she knows some new tricks and shit. Yeah. She was probably real missionary back then.
Right. Goddamn. And the ass got fatter and shit. 30 something, so that ass big. Or it's bigger than it was when he was smoking you from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, goddamn. Yeah.
Listen, I've definitely had sex with motherfuckers I had sex with back in the day, and may not be as great. Sometimes it's better. I ain't gonna need to lie. I've had both. I try not to backtrack, but sometimes shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But as far as telling him you're no longer interested, I think you do just that. Say I'm no longer interested. I don't know how you feel about y'all being friends or whatever the case may be, but tell them like, I'm not interested, because whack sex can definitely make you no longer interested. Have you ever been in a situation where whack sex makes you uninterested in somebody?
Yes.
What did you do? How did you end that? And I know this is going to be like from a guy's guy point of view.
Just like, I like try to watch pornos and shit and, different things like that. Just to try to like say, look what they doing. Let's do that. And then just didn't
Let's
work.
do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I had. So, sex be decent, but like, it wasn't what you wanted.
It ain't enough for the trouble that come with it,
Correct.
Especially if it's not somebody you with. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's not worth all of that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's okay, or it's whatever, but life too short for okay. So I feel like you just should tell them that. From a guy's perspective, if you were ever in that situation, how would you want to be told, B?
Shit.
Wouldn't it make you still want to be friends?
Like, I ain't really attracted to you sexually. Like, just keep it. I'm pretty blunt.
Yeah, facts.
You ain't got to mince words with me. I'm pretty fucking 100 to it. So, it's like, I ain't really feeling the sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you my nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
You my nigga though.
Like, we can keep it playing. Like, if I'm ever in Sacramento, I'll not call you.
If I'm ever in Sacramento, I'll keep going in my plane.
Right.
Like,
I'll keep on.
I'll go to,
I'll shoot down to
Oregon. Facts. Yeah, Chanel, like, that's all we got for you, man. Like, you need to just tell that nigga you not fucking with him no more. Memories are great, but that's just what they are. They're memories. You can still hold on to when he used to blow your back.
Or maybe fly to his house and see what he can do. He might have smoked you in his crib. He might was uncomfortable. He might have thought like somebody was coming through, shooting shit up.
Wait. So does place play a difference?
Yeah, you nervous and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga might come through the door or some shit. You never know.
Damn. All right. Well, that's a guy's point of view. Like,
and was it cold in the house? Like the temperature had to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause if it's cold in the house, your body change, boom, you get in that warm pussy, and things happen. So it's a lot of variables in this fucking equation that I want to shoot my man some bail. But 3 times is not good. Like, you got to get, like, your first time if you nut fast and shit, you got to get your face back. Second, like, you have to. Like, if you nut fast in the nighttime, you gotta fuck in the morning. Like, that's law. Like, you have to get your face, especially if you flew the fucking crap, like, if you got flued out, oh no, you gotta fuck now. You're gonna have to get your face together. Like, just for me personally, I'm competitive. So, like, even if I like nut early, like, I got a challenge. It's a challenge to myself. Like, yo.
You think you getting head? Oh, wait, are you asking for head right now? Like, are you saying she should give you head?
Nah,
you saying use your face. I heard use your face.
No, I said get my face back, like, meaning.
Oh, okay, got you. My bad.
Nah, hell yeah. Shit. Even to that shit, like, you gotta resort, like, all right, boom, well, I fucked up. Like, that third round, if you fucked up the first and second round, you're gonna have to eat the butt. Like, you have to, like, your pride.
You have to. You literally have to. You have to save face, for the lack of a better term. Pun intended, I guess. But, like, you have to save face to the point where, all right, well, here goes the face. Like, here's my face. Like, I'm sorry. You got to. You know what I'm saying? You got to. Hey, listen.
The second go around, if you nut early in the second go around, you just, ain't no goddamn way. You have to, like, get up and walk around. Like, if you feel like you about to nut, you have to, like, you can't nut early on the second go around. Like, you gotta get up, you gotta walk around, go get some water, get yourself together.
You need to beat off ahead of time.
Yeah, like, the fuck, man.
You need to do calisthenics. You need to do something.
First round, I get it. Been there before. Happens to the best of us. Pussy is amazing. Second,
you supposed to think about baseball or poverty,
bro, you get your ass out there.
Police brutality while you fuck.
Just get up, walk around, put some air on it, let it breathe a little bit. Put
some air on it.
You got to, man.
I love it. Put some air on it. Like, listen, in college, I told you I went to homecoming. This past homecoming. And I had sex with an individual and that shit was totally trash. And to this day, they're still trying to save face. It's not going to happen. Like, oh, you treated me like a cold nigga out here. Shit was trash. What you want me to say? Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, we're old as fuck now. Like, why are you still thinking about that? Like, you're still trying to redeem yourself. Like, niggas don't let that shit go. Like, when they know the reputation is trash, like, they're not trying to let that shit go. Oh, yeah. So I find that shit completely hilarious. Homeboy, listen, it's not gonna happen. Like, relax. Like, it's never gonna happen. Like, ever again. Like, you were trash. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm sure you've had plenty of women.
Pop them on the ass when they walk by, like, all right.
Hey, but that's the thing. That's the funny thing, B. That's the funny thing, B. Like, I be chilling. Like, shit from past shit, I be chilling. And niggas act like straight bitches. Like, can we try? Can we hit that? No, chill out, relax.
Good game,
we're not doing that.
Good game.
You can't, relax. Drink some milk. Drink some milk.
Good game.
Drink some milk.
I think your ride's here. Yeah.
I think your Uber's here. Sorry. Your Uber's
Pop
here.
On the ass.
Drink some milk. Chanel, that's all we got, bro. Like, my final advice was just tell him you're not interested. You ain't gotta save no feelings. If you tell him that you're not interested and he don't want to be your friend, he not meant to be your friend. Period. You haven't been friends with him all this time. Yeah. Your life ain't missing shit. And B said, fuck him. What you say, B?
Yeah, so that nigga in Sacramento. You ain't gotta do nothing. Like, that nigga can't come by there.
In Sacramento. All right, man. Thank you for, hey, let us know. Let us know what you decide to do.
In Northern California. He can't do nothing.
Right. In the most northernest part of California.
7-hour flight. Nigga ain't finna come over there just to goddamn knock on somebody's door to see if they home. Fuck him. He'll be alright.
Hey, you don't know what Chanel got. Chanel might got that good.
Yeah, she making nigga nut 3 early in 3 minutes.
And he newly divorced, so, he don't.
Might work from home, so he might be able to remote. He might be right.
Damn, I didn't even think about that shit.
Nigga might be outside.
Ain't no pussy like new pussy, so this might be the first pussy since his wife. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
If y'all want some of this A1 advice, write into the ain'tshitshow@gmail.com and your letter may get read on the show. All right, we about to get into Free Smoke. Free Smoke is where we talk about hot button personal topics. It could be anything on your timeline. It could be anything from politics to petty, whatever we want to talk about. And today's topic is, what is cheating, or what is considered cheating? Now, this conversation came about from real conversations. Most of the time, Free Smoke comes from real places. So, V, I think that this is always very, very interesting, just because of our different dynamics with you being married, me not, etc. So I have a couple scenarios here, and you can tell me if from your perspective you consider it cheating, 1, and 2, is there a double standard on if that's considered cheating? So we're going to start at something real mild here. If one kiss happens, is that cheating?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. That's cheating. I mean,
on both ends?
Yeah. I mean, it's take 2 people to kiss.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you like just kiss a motherfucking hand arbitrarily, then that's different. But if you like with the lips and shit, yeah, hell no, that's cheating for sure.
What could that mean? Is that something you could get past?
Yeah.
Or is something where like that's a major infraction on somebody's character?
Nah, I think you can get past it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
could you get past your wife kissing somebody?
I'm pretty sure I could, yeah. I wouldn't, okay. I mean, it'd be a conversation and some shit that'll get on my nerves and piss me off, but yeah, I'm not finna end my whole life off a kiss. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Or just, yeah, hell yeah.
Gotcha. I personally feel like, a kiss is cheating as well. Work wife or work husband? Where, you know what a work wife or have you ever had a work wife or a work husband?
Well,
shit, I don't know. I'm asking.
I've never had a work husband. I'm not gay, so I don't know why you would ask me something like that. But
listen, I gotta ask the question. All you can
no,
do is
you don't have to ask that
question.
I'm pretty straight and narrow as far as that goes.
Okay.
But
I don't want to assume.
Yeah, but you don't. Well, you did because you assumed that I had like a work husband.
I asked the question. I didn't.
Yeah, that's an assumption. Like I wouldn't assume that you had a. I don't know. Anyway, but
exactly. I
mean,
you wouldn't know.
But you have a different lifestyle.
You can have a work wife or work husband.
I can't. Like I can have a work wife, but I can have a homeboy that I kick it with, but not like no fucking like yo.
I don't know if
babe,
White Mike is not your work husband.
Bring me some lunch or some shit. Nah, that's fucking weird. But I wouldn't say a work wife per se, like by definition, but I mean, it's like, you know, the girls that I like talk to at work that I, you know, might sit beside or some shit like that I kick it with, you know, more frequently than others, I guess. But, you know, might go to lunch with them or some shit like that, but never no weirdo shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's make out or some shit in the parking lot. That's just weird.
But listen, off some emotional shit, like, have you ever had like a chick at work, where you were not necessarily while you've been married, but while you've been in a committed relationship of some sort, where you have an additional chick at work that fucking bring you lunch, make sure you good.
Yeah. And I had that. I mean, my wife now, like before we were fucking married, like, yeah, my Blue Cross days, I was a wild guy. So like, I used to have a fucking wild shit. Like, bitch brought me lunch one time in front of my girl. Like, the shit was crazy as fuck. Like, the shit was wild. So, yeah, hell yeah.
So, would that be considered like cheating, though?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, okay, so work wife is cheating.
Yeah, I mean, to that level, like, I mean.
What crosses the line when it becomes cheating, in your opinion of it?
I don't know, shit. I mean, but I was fucking that girl, like, so it was different. So
no, that's different.
Yeah, so
we're talking about actual cheating. Like,
nah.
We're talking about a relationship
cheating,
where everything is happening emotionally at work. That person is playing a surrogate of your wife at work, or even if you were single, this person is playing.
I mean, once you start developing feelings,
wife.
That's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's an emotional attachment, like, aside from, you know, just like friends and shit, and like, yo, let's go to lunch real quick. I'll buy you lunch for your birthday, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker buy you lunch and you buy him lunch back, just kind of like you know what I'm saying? Like that, I don't think that ain't cheating in my opinion. Like,
so when does it cross the line?
I guess when it gets emotional, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what's emotional? Like when you're doing what?
When you start liking motherfuckers.
But, okay, so let's just say you just like, yo, fucking Pam in accounting, like, I fuck with her, she bring me lunch and shit, she bad as shit, like, I wish I could have her, I'm texting her, but y'all don't never have any type of physical contact. Do you consider that, like, cheating?
I mean, nah, I don't think so. I mean, anything physical, I think is cheating. But I don't.
So would you be okay if your wife did the same thing, or your girlfriend at whatever time did the same thing?
No, I wouldn't like it. It would certainly be a conversation, but I mean, at the root of it, if they were doing that, but I knew for a fact that they weren't having sex, I couldn't really be too mad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I've never had, a work spouse at all where I felt me personally, somebody else could think that it was cheating. But in my current work environment, I definitely see shit that's on the ledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, you a whole married bitch out here. And you got this work husband and y'all shit is like on the verge of all it's going to take is one late night working together before y'all fuck it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that shit is almost like over the edge. Let me ask you this. Is paying for a cam girl cheating?
Actually, that was some like that's funny. I can't really speak to it because I know
why you can't speak to it.
I got people's that not that my
you
people's.
You can speak to it without mentioning their names.
Yeah, I don't know if they listen. It's weird.
Okay, the world don't know who exactly you.
Yeah, I don't want to put the business out there, but anyway, I guess I don't think so. I mean, it's just no different than like buying some porn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's cheating necessarily, but like if you're not like if you're just doing that solely and not like giving the attention to the other person, like say you're just beating off all the time and not fucking your wife, or, you know, like watching porn and not fucking your husband or your partner, I guess, for whatever reason, then I think that like is some emotional cheating, I guess. But yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, I mean, but if you just like, if you have a good relationship,
would you allow your wife to pay the money that y'all make in y'all household to get some nigga to beat his dick or whatever?
Nah,
I don't know.
Free.
I don't watch
Porno's
porn.
free though. That's what I don't like. Porn's free. You know what I'm saying? Like
but in the cam girl or guy scenario is not free. You pay them to do something.
Yeah, that'll piss me off. We'd have to have a discussion. But if you just watch porn and shit, but as long as you give me some pussy, but if you don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes shit, porn, like beating off it's like, you ain't no revving the engine. You ain't got a motherfucker might be tired. Roll off and let one loose and go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, if I don't feel like fucking, it's very rare that men don't feel like fucking. Like, masturbation in my, like, just from my travels and shit, my homeboys, it's usually for the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women do watch porn.
A lot of women do watch, like, a lot. Like, I feel like I'm in the rare 2% of America.
Yeah, a lot of women do.
Men or women that don't watch porn.
Yeah, that shit's funny. Remind me to tell you something later. But,
all right.
But yeah, a lot of women. So I don't really know, like, I mean, I know a lot of women that beat off too. So as long as whatever you want to do, like, to satisfy yourself when, you know, that other person isn't around or not necessarily in the mood, I'm fine with. It's just like the whole can model shit, like paying a motherfucker to beat off is weird because you can get that shit online. So I'm like, I'm asking you questions at that point. Like, why are you paying a motherfucker when, like, I'm going to show you a site that you can get the same shit for free. Like, the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think for me, like, it's because I'm not a porn person. Like, I don't know. Porn don't do it for me. Like,
I like porn.
You know, it's sex is like an activity, not
it's
something like you watch. I'm not a voyeur. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not really a voyeur unless it's two hot motherfuckers, and I don't find that many two people that fucking attractive. Like, if the world was just full of models, male or female,
there's
like,
there's some bad bitches that be having some shit. You go to there's some bad bitches, like, some good lesbian sex. Like, it's some
that should be
there be some good lesbian sex going on online, and
it could be just because I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think my mind really works like that.
Yeah, some people don't. My old lady don't like porn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, it's just.
But I've had other girlfriends
fluids.
in the past that did like it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Again, it's the 2% of us. It's me, your wife, and then the rest of America. Right. Like, people who watch porn is definitely in the majority for sure. Like, I know more people with Pornhub on their phone than motherfucking Instagram. Like facts. Like, it was something on World Star or some fucking Instagram, and it showed like a teenager at the school and they start playing some beat on the drum and the whole fucking crowd went wild and shit. So I'm like, I'm old as shit. I don't know what's going on. So I gotta read the comments. And apparently like that's the intro to like Pornhub or some shit like that. Shit. But all the teenagers knew what the fuck was going on. I was like, yeah, I'm
well, there's some good beat off when you're teenagers. Like I was beating off to the bullshit videos. Like my daddy used to have the shits. Like he used to have the shits in a Winn-Dixie bag above the fucking sink. Above the refrigerator. Like, nigga, I'm 6'5". The fuck? Like, like, I know you're 5'9", sir, but I can reach this, okay? So like, while you're asleep, I'm gonna take one of these bitches upstairs and goddamn twerk off. But that's like, I
remember finding my dad's porn stash.
You never found your dad's porn stash?
I said, I remember finding my dad's porn stash. Like, and I was like, ew. I was like, what the fuck is, and like, you gotta think about this. This is like 80s, early 90s. Oh yeah, that was that good right? Porn. So I'm not even probably like a full teenager. You know what I'm saying? And it was like Playboy and shit like that. Hustler.
All that shit. Like, I remember them. I used to watch that shit, man, cause I used to have like cable boxes in my rooms and shit. And like, that was when they used to have like Cinemax for free, like a promotion type shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, they used to have Emmanuel.
Niggas had the scramble boxes that will unscramble the channels and shit. You remember that shit?
Yep. Niggas used to sell them in the barbershop. My dad ain't never get one. We just had cable. But I watched some Emmanuel and all them like them fucking soft porns and shit where they never show like the dick or the pussy, but just like motherfuckers on, mad titties and
Fun grinding. Fact, I like soft porn better than hardcore porn.
Oh man, hell no.
I think I like to use my imagination a little bit more. I don't know. I don't listen. This is the weird thing about me. I can get off better to you sending me a picture
than a video
versus you sending me. A video. I can't say you. I would say versus watching some live action porn. I could. If there was a porn star with a nice body, I could get off to that versus them live action fucking. Is that weird? Is that weird?
I mean, it's weird for me, but I mean,
you like, cause I can't relate. It's weird.
Yeah, nah, like I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always hated like porn. I ain't gonna say hated, but like, if I had a porno, like if I had a Playboy or like a live action or a porn, I'm going with the porn. Like I'm not.
First of all, I just want you to know if you say porno, then you just aged yourself.
Wow.
Porno, cause like my mom and they'll say porno.
Pornography. That's what I mean. It's
a porno. I watch a porno. That porno. Shit funny and shit.
That's a good old porn. Speaking of, it's funny because my homeboy, like Carlos Miller, he had tweeted. It was a picture of Pinky, and Pinky, if you know anything about Pinky, she is goddamn huge. Like I'm talking about like huge, and you know she ain't but like 5'2", so it don't take much. Like she probably about 230, 240. And she was on her live, and I guess he screen captured shit. He was like, y'all niggas better not, forsake Pinky after she brought all the joy and pleasure she done brought you in your life. And I retweeted shit. It was like, you know, laughing or whatever. And then one of my other homeboys was like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, Pinky, nigga. He was like, Pinky from Friday? And I was like, no, nigga, Pinky, like, Pinky
is me. Your friend is me. That would have been my answer. Like, who
is
that?
He texted back like, he tweeted back like, oh, my bad. I don't watch pornography. And I was like, what type of man doesn't watch porn? Like, there's no men that I know that don't watch porn. Like, women, yeah. I ain't never met a nigga that ain't, especially a black man that don't know who the fuck Pinky is. If a black man don't know who Pinky is, I don't know. He might not be for you. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it like, wait a minute.
I like the politically correctness of what you just said because you're the least politically correct when it comes to this particular subject.
Bro might be gay.
So I know this is your friend.
I mean,
and he might listen to the show.
So, bro, you might, if you don't know Pinky, like, I don't give a fuck if you don't watch porn, which is weird if you don't watch porn.
Is this Pinky like a porn star? Is this like Pinky, Raleigh Durham Pinky? There's a Raleigh Durham Pinky.
I don't know. You mean, there's not, I don't know any Pinky from around this way.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. It's a stripper.
You think about.
What am I thinking about?
Tweety.
Tell me what I'm thinking about.
About Tweety.
Okay. I get what I'm saying. Okay. It is a Pinky.
You got damn right it's a Pinky.
But that's not, but I am thinking about Tweety, but there is a Raleigh Durham Pinky. But no, you're right.
Who
I'm thinking about is Tweety. Yeah, no, you wouldn't know them because they're like not that. They are that, but they're not that. But go ahead.
Gotcha.
My bad.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. I read between the lines, but Tweety like that too, though. But yeah, shout out to Tweety. That's my nigga, though.
But shout out to the fact that you knew exactly who I was talking about.
Yeah. Who doesn't? That's my nigga, though. Like,
hey, and I can't say Raleigh Durham, but it's all the same fucking place. Everybody know everybody who moving everywhere.
Well, she was from Raleigh, so.
She be in Durham a lot, though.
But she from Raleigh,
though. From Durham. Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know it like that. I know it through somebody.
No, that's my nigga.
All right. Last but not least with the subject of is that cheating? Y'all have threesomes and then one person goes off to have sex.
Absolutely.
With the third person. Is that cheating?
Absolutely. You gotta we all gotta do this together. Like this is a partnership. This is the NFL and Jay-Z. You're not finna go and goddamn talk to Colin behind my back now. But yeah, that shit is that's definitely cheating. My homeboy, shout out to John. He definitely don't listen. But he's like a white dude. Cool white dude. But he got 2 black baby mamas and shit. Hey,
John, and, tell him when you see him, you listen to this shit.
Yeah, let me see if he listens. But he definitely don't listen. John's crazy as fuck. But he cool as shit. But he got 2 black baby moms and shit. And his first wife, who has his first children, his current wife was a part of the threesome. You know what I'm saying? And they were fucking for years. And then he one day she came over while his first wife wasn't there. They started fucking. He ended up moving out the next week. And, so from that point on, him and his, ex-wife and current wife have been beefing since then. So yeah, that shit gets, and he told me, he was like, never do that shit. He was like, I love my wife now. He's like, but I wish I would have never done that because that bitch made my life a living hell. Like his baby mom, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, it is what it is at this point, but he was like, I would never invite another person in my bedroom. He was like, now if you go get some pussy on the side, that's what it is. But it's too many emotions. It's women. Yeah. It's mad shit. So he told me never to do that shit. Not that I ever thought about it, but yeah. So
I always feel like it's Pandora's box. Oh, yeah, I feel like it's Pandora's box. Now, I'm not opposed to threesomes, but I am opposed to a threesome with somebody I give a fuck about.
Yeah, one night. But see, that's the thing. Women, if you having, over the course of time, you just gotta, commit to the polygamy. We just gotta be boom. But I mean, many of the times, it's a lot of the women that, click up type shit. You know what I'm saying? And
100%. Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, it's
always circumstances out here. I know of a circumstance. I know of circumstance. Listen, I know multiple relationships who have tried to do this threesome thing. I literally know none that have worked out positively. You're opening up Pandora's box, and
pussy.
a lot of dudes, like you said, a lot of dudes feel like, oh, this is for me, and then they off having sex without your ass. You know what I mean? And you don't even know, and now you pissed off because she ain't coming home no more. And but even on the flip side of that, I know of threesome situations in which, the dude or whoever is basically fucking behind the back. And so I had this conversation with somebody and they just like, nah, if y'all fucking, it really shouldn't matter. I was just like, but I feel like the commitment is based on the contract y'all laid in that relationship.
Yeah. I mean, if you be like, yo, I'm about to go to old girl house, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go over there and hit, fuck her, or vice versa, all right, just let me know, you know what I'm saying? Well, shit, I'm gonna come, but it'd be like, nah, we straight, that's when the bullshit comes, nah, I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? She tired, she ain't really feel like fucking with 2 niggas, 2 people, she wanna fuck with me, and then that's when the shit get hairy, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, I mean, if y'all got open lines of communication, like I said, women are very emotional shit, men are very emotional too, so,
I think you give a man, especially a man, and you can correct me if you feel like I'm wrong, but I feel like you give a man, that's in a commitment and been fucking the same pussy, no matter how good or bad, for the past few years or whatever, you give them something new, ain't no pussy like new pussy. That's just how it works.
That's true until it get regular. Until it gets.
Fact. Everything can get regular.
After about 5 or 6.
Show me a bad bitch, I'll show you somebody that's tired of fucking her. Show me a nigga, it's a bunch of bitches tired of fucking him. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of is what it is. I feel like it's opening Pandora's box, and I think that is definitely cheating. But I feel like, as far as the threesome situation, it's based on whatever the parameters y'all set in the relationship. So if the parameters is, hey, we having this threesome, it's the three of us, and we shouldn't have sex outside of the three of us, and somebody goes outside of that contract, then that's cheating.
Yeah,
if the contract is we can do whatever we want to do as long as we come back together and there's all some polygamy shit, then that's not cheating.
Right.
But whoever goes outside of the contract, it is definitely cheating. So that was good shit. Any other situations you've come across where you consider that shit cheating, where it may be up for debate at all?
Not that I can think of. I think those was pretty good. I can't think of that off the top. That was good.
I thought the cam girl shit was really, really interesting because my whole thing is you're not about to spend money we could be using or paying a bitch to masturbate or paying the nigga to fucking masturbate.
The only fucking shit you need to be paying is for the Wi-Fi service so you can access your phone. Like,
Fact. Would you feel offended if your wife was laying in the bed with you and masturbated?
Mm-mm.
No? Because you might not feel like it?
Nah. I mean, I very, like, if I'm asleep, then, yeah. But if I'm up, nah, we got fuck. Like, I'll be, but I mean, shit, I might have a headache, so I might not feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
You might have a headache?
Yeah. You never know. Shit, I might have been tired. Like,
dudes have headaches?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'd definitely be having
okay.
But yeah, shit, goddamn phone, or if I'm drunk or some shit and, like, snoring or some shit. It's been plenty of times. I'm sure I'm not the most attractive that you rather just, but like I said, she don't fucking watch porn, so I mean, I ain't really got to worry about it. But if she did, I wouldn't give a fuck. Cause there's been plenty of times I stroke my chicken right there beside her and goddamn go to bed. Like, boop.
You know what, bro? I don't personally like that.
Really?
Because I'm always, good to go. You know what I'm saying? So if you laying right beside me doing some shit, like, do that shit at home.
Motherfucker.
And again, I'm not married.
I mean, so I am doing it at home. This is my home. What you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say, look, but I'm not married and you don't have no other place to go. Like, I'm good to go. Like, we could have did that shit together. It's different when you stay with a motherfucker
every day and like, you know what I mean? See him every day and got kids and all that shit and been tired and been up since 7 or 6. So, yeah, there's a lot of variables that come to play with this shit. So,
Nah, facts.
Sometimes you don't feel like tuning the car up and shit, cut the car on when it's cold. You know what I'm saying?
You just want to go to work.
You just want to have the car in the garage and ready to roll.
Gotcha. I feel you on that. Thank y'all for listening, man. Thank y'all for listening to our shit, listening to our rhetoric. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. We on episode 102. Check us out at the 8shitshow.com, and that's the X where the I will be. Follow us on social, man. Twitter, IG, Facebook, all that. Y'all know where we at. We on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, all the Apple Podcasts. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I like to end every podcast with a quote, and today's quote is, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something that we love is called passion. And until the next time, I want y'all to be great and manifest y'all destiny, and the marathon continues.
Rip nip.